What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the show. This is episode 3 of season 3 of the Cinebytes podcast. Jason, you ready to talk about a movie today?
Yes, chef.
Are you ready to talk about the menu from 2022?
Yes, chef.
All right. Well, then we're talking about the menu from 2022. I'm Dusty Lane, everybody.
I'm Jason Mitchell.
And we are the Cinebytes.
Hello?
I came for you. We have such sights to show you.
It was an excellent day for an exorcism.
I said, I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your brains.
I want to play a game.
What's the boogeyman?
As a matter of fact, it was. This is God.
We all go a little mad sometimes. Haven't you?
But sometimes that is better.
Welcome back to Oblivion, everybody. As stated up top, we are talking about the menu from 2022 today. I happen to think that 2022 is one of the best fucking years for horror ever.
Really?
In the history of horror.
What else is out from this year?
Man, why you gotta be asking me fucking detail questions? I don't know. I'm just saying. I remember 22 being fucking crazy. Wasn't that like Barbarian, I believe, was 2022? Talk to Me was 2022. There was a shitload that came out in 2022.
Okay.
But this movie is also phenomenal, also from 2022, directed by Mark Mylod, written by Seth Reese and Will Tracy. Studios involved here, we've got Hyperobject Industries and Gary Sanchez Productions. Distributed by Searchlight, of course, an MPAA rating of R, runtime of 107 minutes. We are set for this movie on the fictional Hawthorne Island, which isn't really specified where that might be, but it was filmed on Jekyll Island in Glynn County, Georgia.
Oh, okay.
And our plot, oh my god, is so ridiculous. I think when we talked about Opus, I mentioned it being sort of a cross between Midsommar and the menu because of this whole element where somebody's being invited for this exclusive event, you know what I mean? So,
Oh, okay. That
celebrity
makes sense.
chef Julian Slowik invites several high-profile guests to attend an exclusive dining experience at the remote Hawthorne Island, pulling the curtain back bit by bit the whole night until his grand plans are exposed and the event wraps up in a real bang.
Yeah, I guess so.
What was your initial reaction? Not last night, because I know that wasn't the first time you watched this. But
No, that was, I think, a second watch, maybe.
first impressions, though.
The first time through, I don't think I thought it was trying a little bit too hard, and then watching again, completely different feelings. But that happens with a lot of
Right,
stuff,
that's fair, yeah. I remember having a conversation with you about it. I hope that helped, maybe, because that was one of the ones I think we talked about initially, and it made me a little bit sad, because I was like, I fucking love this movie, and you watch it, and you're like, meh. And then I was like, dude,
No, it's great.
But listen.
Yeah, there's a lot. You got to really pay attention.
Yeah.
You got to really pay attention. There's a shit ton going on in this movie. We're about to get into the cast, but I wanted to point out that there was some kind of trouble with this movie when it was first announced because this isn't the original director.
No, that is true. Do you have the information in front of you of who the original director was?
So-
I saw that too. I didn't include it.
I
in the
didn't
notes,
dig
but-
too much for the director because I didn't think it was that big, but one of the main cast, so what's her name? Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah, it was originally supposed to be Emma Stone.
Right. Yeah, I thought that was pretty crazy.
Mhm.
The movie wouldn't have...
I feel like it would have been a different vibe to this
Yeah.
movie, and I'm not sure that it would have worked. Not that I have anything against Emma Stone. She's
Right.
great. But at the
wouldn't have
same
been the
time,
same.
just picturing her in that role versus Anya Taylor-Joy,
Right.
I don't see it, dude.
Me neither.
She was just meant for this role.
Right.
I mean, not that it's like her defining role for her career or anything like that.
No, but it was just...
It
was
made the most
perfect with
sense
her.
to place her here.
Right. Agreed.
But speaking of the cast, let's get into it. We've got Chef Julian Slowik, played by Ralph Fiennes, which I always pronounced when I was a kid as Ralph Fiennes.
Fiennes.
What was it you were saying earlier?
Desde Fuentes.
But he fucking rocks it, of course. Speaking of being meant for a role, dude, Voldemort himself, fucking the Red Dragon.
28 years later, he was in it. Harry
Oh,
Potter.
right.
You said Red Dragon. He was in some James Bond shit too. So this guy is popular as fuck.
Yeah, dude,
You know?
Schindler's List back in the day. He's
Yeah.
fucking always been
Oh, yeah.
terrifying, and he's always been awesome. We've got Margot Mills, played by Anya Taylor-Joy, which I also pronounced incorrectly at first, pronouncing it Anya, but I guess, she herself pronounces it Anya. So
She's in a bunch of shit too, man. Notably The Witch and Split.
Dude, The Vivitch and Split are both fucking phenomenal. I love Robert Eggers. Obviously M. Night Shyamalan's a fucking luminary, but particularly Split. There's a whole trilogy. If anyone's not aware, the movies Unbreakable, Split, and Glass are part of what he refers to as the Easter Rail and then a number trilogy.
Okay.
And that was the number of the train that the accident in Unbreakable happened with, and whatever. But anyway, I think of those movies, Glass was supposed to be like the pièce de résistance or whatever, but hey man, get used to French pronunciations in this fucking episode, okay? It's gonna happen a whole lot. But it was supposed to be his crowning achievement for that series, right? I think Split is a much better movie, and it's the only one that could be considered horror, I think. So maybe one day we'll fucking dig into James McAvoy's fucking masterful performance in Split.
Okay.
Let's get back to the cast of this movie. We've also got Tyler Ledford, played by Nicholas Hoult, who I love, but he is a tremendous fucking douchebag in this movie.
Oh, I fucking hate him, dude.
Good lord. Also tremendous in this movie is Hong Chow as Elsa, the maître d'hôtel. We've got food critic Lillian Bloom, played by Janet McTeer. Her bootlicking lackey editor, Ted Feldman, played by Paul Adelstein.
He's a fucking dick, too.
They're all dicks. Everybody
Fucking
here is
Ted.
dicks. That's the whole point.
I like George.
George is cool. I hate everybody in the crowd, I guess, the guests that attend this, except for a handful of people. Obviously, Margot is cool. I think there's nothing wrong with Felicity. The only reason that he wants to kill her later is because she went to Brown and didn't have student loans. So fuck you, you're dying.
Right. Rude.
But anyway, speaking of Felicity and George, the reason she's there, we've got washed-up movie star George Diaz, played by fucking John Leguizamo, coming out of nowhere.
Nice.
And his fed-up assistant that's trying to quit, Felicity Lynn, played by Amy Carrero. There's high society couple Richard and Anne Liebrandt, played by Reed Birney and Judith Light, who played Angela in Who's the Boss? Does anybody remember that fucking show?
Oh, shit.
We've got some tech bros and investing partners here, Bryce, Soren, and Dave, played by Rob Yang, Arturo Castro, and Mark St. Cyr, respectively. We've got the annoying-ass sommelier that keeps on coming around and telling people way too much about the wines he's pouring, played by Peter Gross. We've got Catherine Keller, one of the sous chefs, played by Christina Brucato. The other sous chef, Jeremy, played by Adam Alderks. And we finally got Chef Slowik's alcoholic mother, Linda, played by Rebecca Kuhn.
She's cool, man. She's chilling.
She's the most chill one in this whole fucking thing. Yeah, she barely says a word. I think she literally says 3 words this entire movie.
Not bad.
Cinematography in this by Peter Deming. Get ready for this shit, man. If you're not familiar with Peter Deming's work, he has worked on such things as Evil Dead 2.
Oh, shit.
Drop Dead Fred. My Cousin Vinny.
Hey.
Lost Highway. Screams 2, 3, and 4.
Shit.
Mulholland Drive. Drag Me to Hell. Cabin in the Woods. This dude's fucking all over the place working with Wes Craven and fucking Sam Raimi and David Lynch. Like, fuck, dude.
Nice.
Also, we've got music by Colin Stetson in this, which also did the score for Hereditary, Color Out of Space, and the 2022 Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Ooh.
He also worked with people like Tom Waits, Bon Iver, and Arcade Fire. This dude's been around.
Gets around.
He gets around. Fucking music slut.
Yeah. Need a kitchen slut up in this bitch.
I don't have any notes on special effects. There wasn't really much to speak of in this in that regard. But I did want to highlight the work of Chef Dominique Crenn, who recreated several dishes from her San Francisco restaurant Atelier Crenn for the fictional Hawthorne, in addition to working closely with set designers to build this thing from the ground up and make it look and feel as authentic as possible.
Awesome, yeah.
As well as second unit director David Gelb, who was brought in to create the filmmaking style from his Netflix docuseries Chef's Table, which they have several direct references to in this movie. There are actually dishes that are referenced, like you can look up online what the reference was to, and it's like basically note for note, you know what I mean?
Oh shit, that's cool.
So yeah, a lot of effort, a lot of love, a lot of care, a lot of attention to detail was put into this movie.
So you baking some of this shit? Or I don't know, do they even bake? I don't know what. It's so fucking fancy, you know? Are they using an oven? I don't know.
They do.
Sometimes.
They use ovens. They use ranges. They use Paco jets, whatever the fuck that is.
A fucking torch.
Got a few taglines on this one. First of all, do not eat. Taste.
Fucking pervert.
The most offensive assault on the human palate ever contrived, which is a line from toward the end.
Yeah, it was funny.
And then we've also got painstakingly prepared, brilliantly executed. A little bit of background on this. Writer Will Tracy dined at the Cornelius Chaumont restaurant outside of Bergen, Norway, during a honeymoon, and later suggested a story to Seth Reese inspired by the experience. Through that, we get a ton of references to real-life chefs, restaurants, and dishes. I don't know that we'll be able to reference them all. We usually focus on plot and vibe, like the filmmaking details that either make us hungry for more or leave us feeling empty and still famished. So if you'd like more detail on this movie once this episode is over, I think I would suggest going to listen to Dead Meat's episode on the menu, on which their friend James Gressel guests on the show, and he gives us a lot of detail about the foodie elements of the movie. I'm a big Dead Meat stan, and Gressel also runs another favorite podcast of mine, D&D, which that friend group on that show has a long-running D&D campaign, and the conceit of the show is that it's a dinner party where they play D&D, but James also cooks for them, and he's a rather accomplished home chef in his own right. He'll always be self-deprecating about it, but they always rave about his cooking, and at the very least, he's definitely extremely knowledgeable about the culinary world and provides a lot of great insight into the references made and the real-life inspirations behind them. So if you want more information on that, I would highly suggest listening to that, because we're focusing on the movie. You know what I mean? We're digging into the nitty-gritty details, and trust me, there are a fuck ton of them.
Oh, yeah.
I think this was the longest it's ever taken me to take notes for a movie.
There's a lot happening.
There's so many layers. There's so much symbolism. There's so much detail. Holy fucking shit. I would suggest highly that we get into it right now.
Right.
So we open with a little text that says, Searchlight Pictures invites you to experience the menu.
The menu. Oh.
And our very first image is of our heroine, Margot, lighting up a cigarette. Man, there sure does seem to be a lot of smoking in Cinebytes episodes recently.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, man.
Is there not?
Couple reds, you know.
Fucking JP and Hellraiser 3, fucking every single scene. We've got our resident fuckboy Tyler, who looks over and says, "Babe, please don't smoke, it'll kill your palate." And she's like, "Then my palate will die happy." We got fucking 2 lines exchanged so far, and you're like, wow, this is clearly not a great relationship.
Right, that's what I said. The entire time I'm saying, why is she with this guy?
Dude,
but
yeah.
It kind of shows later.
Yeah, for sure. These two are standing at a dock waiting for a boat, and he comes closer to say, "Look, tonight is huge. The flavor profiles, it's all super delicate. If you smoke, you ruin your ability to appreciate them." And she kind of scoffs at him, but finally agrees, like, Jesus, all right, you win.
Right, yeah. He says it'll ruin your taste buds. I mean, he's not wrong, but lighten the fuck up, dude.
Right. But then we hear a boat honk. Is that what boat horns do? Their ride has arrived, and Margot is less than impressed. She's like, it's kind of a small boat. Is it going to fit everybody? And Tyler's like, oh, yeah, totally. There's only 12 customers dining tonight at $12.50 a head.
Man.
Now, for all of us regular people, no, that's not $12.50. That's $1,250
Right.
per person.
Damn.
Holy shit.
I mean, it sounds fucking cool. I would be down if I could afford it. You know what I mean? Like,
This dinner better make me want to kill myself.
Yeah.
Like, in the best possible way. Like, the
It
food better
could.
be so good. I come to the realization that everything else beyond that is just going to be dog shit from here on out, and I might as well just check
Or
out.
I say, like, exclusive as fuck.
Right.
I dig it, dude. It's cool.
Margot seems to agree. She's blown away. She's like, "You're fucking kidding. What are we eating, a Rolex?"
Right.
Tyler's like, "Listen, let's not ruin this by talking price. Oh, fucking money's no object, huh? Spared no expense."
Yeah, damn. All right.
She's like, "Whatever, dude. It's your money. Now, keep that part in mind for later, that it's his money specifically." As it stands now, we're assuming this is a traditional couple and he is the breadwinner. Enough said for now.
Right.
We see some of the other guests approaching at this point. We got some tech bros, a.k.a. investing partners of the restaurant. We'll soon find out.
Right. This is what, Bryce, Dave, and Soren.
Yeah. Tyler reacts to them by rolling his eyes. He's like, "Oh, great, a power tasting."
Yeah, what the fuck?
Well, it's pretty funny that he views them as pretentious.
Right.
But at least they realize they're dicks, and they actually say as much.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They're reassuring the entire movie, too.
Right. He's like, they'll be wasted by the amuse. So if you're familiar with culinary culture at all, you'll notice him throwing around all this, I guess, jargon, for a lack of a better word.
Right.
He's referring to the amuse-bouche right here, which in high-end dining is a precursor to the actual meal. Most are served in a separate course, and you can consider the amuse-bouche the appetizer. Amuse-bouche is French, literally meaning to amuse the mouth.
Oh, you're sick.
I think I said it in a recent episode, and I said something about making your mouth happy, and you're like, heh.
What is it again? The amuse-bouche?
The amuse-bouche. Bouche is mouth. Amuse is pretty obvious, spelled just like the American word.
Cool.
Then we see an older, affluent couple coming down the gangplank, and then the man turns and he notices Margot, and he kind of does a double take.
Mm-hmm.
And she sees him as well and immediately turns back and says, fuck. So initial thought, oh shit, is this her dad and she's supposed to be in college right now or something?
Yeah. Wrong. Not even close.
Not even a little bit. Tyler looks up to see someone else approaching and his jaw hits the fucking floor. He's like, holy fucking shit.
Oh,
Lillian Bloom.
Lillian fucking Bloom, the food critic.
She's the food critic for Savour. I'm assuming this is a magazine.
Right.
And Tyler says she basically discovered Slowik, who we don't realize yet is the main attraction for the evening.
Right.
And he's like, okay, it's official. Tonight will be madness.
Fucking weird, dude.
It's either going to be madness or it'll be Sparta. I don't know. But a member of the boat crew calls out, all aboard! And they all get on the boat. Once inside, the captain says over the PA, ladies and gentlemen, please make yourselves comfortable for our short journey to Hawthorne Island.
Yeah, nice, dude.
And that's when John motherfucking Leguizamo strolls up.
Yeah, dude, he rolls up and he's bullshitting with the three tech guys we were talking about, you know.
Doing
and,
like a pirate impression.
Right, but I think it's like he's trying to kind of show off, but they don't know who he is.
I think they recognize him, but they don't care is the thing.
Oh.
He's not relevant anymore.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Damn.
He walks up and he's like, ahoy, and avast me hearties. Let's hope she's seaworthy, eh? Oh boy, like one of these guys. Everything is a joke. He's always got a snippy little comment trying to steal your attention. Like,
right.
Fuck, it kind of sounds like me, actually. But the tech bros he's doing his Latin pirate impression to are not impressed. They're like, oh yeah, boat jokes. Yeah, we're on a boat. Yeah, cool. We own a boat, motherfucker. Don't you ever forget. But he walks away demoralized. And one of the dudes says as he walks away, oh, we got a famous person in the house, huh? And another one responds with FP in the house. Not sure what that means just yet. The last guy says not really F anymore because it's not 1998. Fucking hating on the movie star.
Oh, shit.
But he's got his hot-ass assistant with him, too. They sit down near Tyler and Margot, and he says to her, hey, aren't you supposed to be running interference for me, making sure people don't bother me? She's like, we both know you were not bothered.
Right. Yeah, no,
got him.
He fucking likes it.
Margot's impressed, though. She says she saw all of his movies when she was a kid. Tyler's like, yeah, apparently he's a big foodie, or, thinks he is. Something we should know about Tyler is he always thinks he's the smartest guy in the room when it comes to culinary conversation. And he's got this holier-than-thou act he puts up a front with the entire time, including 2 Chef Slowik and the Hawthorne staff.
Oh, yeah, dude.
If you ever had any respect for this character, be prepared to lose it really quick.
Right. Yeah, he's throwing shade the whole fucking night towards everybody, It's the character that you love to hate.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. That's when some of the restaurant staff come in, and one of them offers a dish and says, Chef Slowik would like to welcome you with a raw local oyster in a mignonette emulsion with lemon caviar and an oyster leaf. Enjoy. Oyster leaf? I was under the impression that oysters were creatures and decidedly not plants.
Maybe.
But I'm not a part of the culinary world, so.
Yeah, fuck, I don't know.
Tyler gets all excited and he's like, ooh, it's one of his classics. The lemon pearls are made with alginate. And the first thing he does is take out his phone to snap some pics.
Right.
So he's one of these dudes. He's fucking here for the clout to get as much evidence as possible so he can later lord it over people. Like, look at this amazing experience I had.
Right.
It's the fucking worst.
He's a dick.
Margot's like, alginate as in algae? Pond scum. Delicious. They both slurp it down and he starts giggling in ecstasy, apparently. He's like, oh my God, it's actually fucking laughably good. Margot chimes in with, yeah, it's good. I think I just prefer the oyster, though. And he's like, no, wrong.
Right.
Like, he almost looks offended when she says this. He's like, nah,
yeah.
dog, it's the balance of the products. You need the mouthfeel of the mignonette. Hey, can you do me a favor and never say mouthfeel again?
Yeah.
He's so fucking pretentious. I hate him. Immediately, I'm like, Margot, why are you with this dude? You're so much better than he is. But
yeah,
like
I
you said,
definitely
we'll learn
don't
that too.
understand. Yeah.
But Margot doesn't like mouthfeel either. And she's like, yeah, don't say that. And he's like, too late. Mouthfeel, mouthfeel, mouthfeel. Did you get a look at this boat, man? This thing is fancy.
I was going to say, there's a really sick-ass shot over the boat, just looking out over the water, kind of the...
For sure, but I'm talking about like the interior of the boat itself. We got like golden sconces hanging on the wall and
fuck
shit.
yeah.
Like deep dark wood paneling inside. Looks like at least $1 million.
Bet you they got a little extra money floating around if it's $12.50 a fucking person,
And apparently they're open every single day.
Dude, I bet you them fucking people cooking ain't even getting paid.
I wouldn't be surprised with
No.
what we find out later.
They fucking live there too,
Right, man.
Crazy.
And they don't have time for anything but doing this.
Right.
Like the way Elsa explains like how their days go on the island is fucking crazy later.
We just cook all day. That's
Yeah.
what we fucking do.
Yeah, we get like 3 hours of sleep, and then
Right.
we're right back at it in the morning.
Wake up, drink the Kool-Aid.
We do get a few great shots as it approaches the island. That shot that you were talking about over the boat, there's beautiful sweeping shots of the shoreline with a bunch of driftwood all over the beach. It's fantastic. And we watch as the clientele get off the boat when they arrive at the island, and they step toward a little check-in stand. The boat crew are all lined up as they disembark, and Margot says, Jesus, this is like prom. And Tyler's like, I never went to prom. She's like, really? Why not? Because it's fucking Tyler and nobody likes him.
Exactly. Like, sorry, dude.
He tells her, none of the girls were as cool like you. And she's like, oh, poor baby. Yeah, poor little baby Ty-Ty. Maybe stop insisting on winning the Guinness and douchedom, and you would have been more popular. She's like, well, fuck those bitches. Doubt it.
Right. Jesus.
They make their way up to the check-in, and our maitre d' Elsa greets them. She's very stiff and dry, but at least trying to put up a facade of warmth.
I say she ain't too bad.
It struck me as slightly odd that this character was clearly Asian, but named Elsa. Which, not that there's anything wrong with that by any means. It's just not the usual, I guess. It's like the fucking... I like the Bring Her Back episode. What do you mean she's Australian?
Yeah, she didn't look Australian to me.
But I learned my suspicions were founded in something because this role was intended for someone more in the Scandinavian ilk to go along with the Nordic smokehouse elements and such influences we see later.
Oh, okay.
Like referencing the restaurant Noma, I believe it's called. But
Right.
Hong Chow auditioned for the part and absolutely crushed it. Good for her. I fucking love her in this movie.
Yeah, she's great.
George Diaz and Felicity arrive at the check-in first, and he tries to introduce himself as Damien Garcia. Unfortunately, Felicity says his actual name at the same time, and I don't know what he was trying to be secretive about. Like, there are literally 11 other guests.
You said there's going to be some paparazzi there to see him or
What
something.
the fuck ever, dude. Slowik chose everybody that was here very intentionally. So, like, I don't know. Paparazzi, yeah, he makes that comment, but she's like, we're on a fucking island, dude. What are you talking about?
Right. People on jet skis with cameras. Fucking waiting.
Dude, I wouldn't put it past them, dude. They're probably in the trees.
Right.
Tyler and Margot walk up to the stand, and Elsa says, welcome to Hawthorne, Mr. Ledford and Miss Westervelt. Oops.
Oh, no.
Fuck. Tyler's cooked, man.
Nah, dude. She Margot.
Yeah.
But she's welcome,
Oh, for sure. It sounds like that Miss Westervelt was his ex-girlfriend's name, and he forgot to update the staff. So poor Margot both gets disrespected by being called the wrong name, and finds out that when he booked this, it was not intended for her.
Right.
So he's like, oh, so Mr. Westervelt, she had a change of plans, so she couldn't, this is Miss... And then he fucking stops because he doesn't know her last name.
Right.
And he's like stammering all over his words, caught in his little faux pas here.
And she says, Willis.
No, she doesn't. She actually just gives herself, gives her first name. But he just remains silent, looking like a real tool as she's got to introduce herself. Fucking
Right.
Wow, dude. But Elsa just stares them both down as she welcomes Margot. And she goes, oh, we'll endeavor to make your evening as pleasant as possible. She's not pleased at the change in plans. There's something a little deeper here, perhaps.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Seems. I don't know. We'll see. At least they have a beautiful view, right?
Yeah. Margot kind of watches the boat pull away, too, because you can kind of realize that when that boat pulls away, that's the only way out of here.
Hey, we're going to need that.
Yeah, where you going?
So we hear Elsa welcome Mr. and Mrs. Liebrandt, and he says they'll just go straight to the restaurant. Apparently they're not interested in the grand tour, and we'll get a little bit of insight into that later. Elsa then wrangles everybody by saying, my esteemed guests can continue their conversation this way. Please follow me. And one of the tech bros asks what George is working on these days, and he nudges Felicity like, hey, see, I'm not washed up just yet. People still know me. He says he's entered the presenter phase of his career. Oh, like Mario Lopez.
Nice.
We see the boat take off as Elsa commences the tour. She goes, Hawthorne Island comprises 12 acres of forest and pasture. We have the bounty of the sea surrounding us. Out there, right now, we are harvesting scallops. You'll eat them tonight. And they're all walking along the beach at this point, and she gestures out toward a guy in a boat pulling up a trap. I like John Leguizamo right here as he yells out, "Hey, harvest hard on me, dude. We're starving."
Yeah, that's fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
Fresh as fuck. We get a lot of cool shots here. They're like growing all their own ingredients, all their own, like everything is from this island, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, super cool.
Yeah, really good shots. Music fits everything too. The music's kind of setting us for how fancy this place is going to be. It's like classical.
Yeah, there's a lot of, there are some like, I don't know, jaunty elements to it, like plucky cellos and whatnot. Then there's also like beautiful orchestral arrangements in this. Like, oh my God.
Fancy, yes.
Dude, that's literally part of my next note because fucking, we join Lillian Bloom and Ted's conversation for a moment. And she's like, I do like the sense of it being a sort of biome of culinary ideas. And Ted responds as pretentiously as possible. Yes, it functions like an Epicurean salon.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, you piece of shit. I said biome. And this bootlicker's just like, oh yeah, no, totally. I'm an idiot. Biome is definitely better.
I don't know what the fuck you just said, but okay.
Margot is standing by to take this all in, and she turns to Tyler and says, we have reached the base camp of Mount Bullshit. We get a couple incredible shots of fucking crabs dancing along the beach and other crustaceans burrowing into the sand. Fucking like Planet Earth Discovery Channel shots.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Tyler bends down in the herb garden to pluck something for Margot to sniff. We were just talking about the score, but like this is one of the first moments that I really noticed. Like it definitely feels like one of those deep dive food programs, like along with the shot, between the shots and the score, there's this like orchestral swell we're experiencing right now. And we're really getting into the nitty gritty of each ingredient and how they all complement each other to build a dish, and the textures and the aromatic notes of this, that, and the other thing. Oh man, I love cooking shows. But more beautiful shots like close-ups on gorgeous, amazing tomatoes and peppers, and we see an apiary with bees flying in and out, so they make their own honey as well on the island.
Fucking crazy.
Place is insane. We hear George mention that he's a huge embarrassing foodie and he's a close personal friend of the chef. Like, is this about the food or are you trying to save face, man?
Yeah, I don't know.
Elsa leads the group to the smokehouse, which is in the Nordic tradition, as I mentioned earlier. She says, we use the meat of dairy cows only, which we age for an astonishing 152 days to relax the protein strands.
Yes, please.
Here's the thing. She opens the door on this place, and first of all, I swear I could smell it. It took me right back to being at fucking Manly Smoked Fish in St. Ignace, Michigan, dude.
Really?
Like, standing there with my dad, looking at the smokehouse, smelling that fucking deep smokiness, just permeating every piece of meat. Ugh, fucking take me back.
Hell yeah.
I need some damn smoked fish in my life, stat. But there are various kinds of meat just hanging all over the place. Looks like the fucking Sawyer barn in here. Maybe a touch of Pinhead. There's just meat and hooks and meat and chains and meat and hooks everywhere.
Love it.
But the tech bros asked to pop inside, and Elsa agrees. She's like, hey, don't fucking touch anything in here, right as one of them was reaching up for a big hunk of meat.
Yeah, don't fucking touch shit.
And Dave asks her, well, hey, what happens if you serve it on the 153rd day? Does all hell break loose or something? And she's like, oh, I'm glad you asked. I suppose the bacteria would introduce itself to the consumer's bloodstream and spread it into their spinal membranes, after which point he or she would become incapacitated and shortly thereafter expire. So, yes, all hell would indeed break loose. And she kind of giggles as she says this, but everybody like nervously laughs along with her like, fuck man, are you for real? Why not just cut it at like 135 days? You know what I mean? How much is it going to change in, a couple of weeks or whatever that math works out to be?
Yeah, I don't know. Probably don't want to find out, right?
She's like, good thing we're pros, yes? And we cut to this little like staff bungalow. It's their living quarters, apparently. It's built like a little Quonset hut, like just a dome of corrugated sheet metal. And the entire staff lives in this room together. No fucking thank you.
Dude, it looks like a really fancy ass fucking
prison?
No, like
military barracks?
Yeah, like an army barracks.
Yeah, well, that's why when I said Quonset hut, that was what that was referring to.
Okay.
Yeah. But there are just like 20 little prison beds in this thing, a couple of lines of gym-style lockers. This is no way to live. But apparently everybody on the island does, except Chef Slowik, of course. He couldn't be bothered.
Well, hell no. Hell no.
Ted says, esprit de corps, huh? Which is an expression referring to a feeling of pride, fellowship, and loyalty within a group, a la the military. But Elsa claims it's much more than that. She says, here we are family. Each day starts at 6 a.m. with 5 hours of prep work. We harvest, we ferment, we slaughter, we marinate, we liquefy, we spherify, we gel. And the last few terms she used were in reference to a sort of newer approach to cooking, namely molecular gastronomy, which is a very, we'll call it a mad scientist approach. It's a little frou-frou for me. There's a lot of foams and snows and fucking gels of things.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Margot doesn't understand what the fuck she's talking about, so she turns to Tyler and says they gel, and Elsie yells back, we gel!
You fucking what, lady?
Get it the fuck together. I think this was a reference to an older pop culture thing. I feel like I remember commercials with people saying shit like we're gelling or whatever.
I just gelled.
I don't remember what the fuck that was. I just gelled. I don't know, maybe Dr. Scholl's and shoe inserts, maybe. I don't really remember what it was. I don't really care. Whatever. Anyway, Elsa says dinner is typically 4 hours, 25 minutes. Each day ends at well past 2 a.m., so yes, it's best we all live here. You motherfuckers get like 3 to 4 hours of sleep a night to do this?
I was kind of like, why is dinner 4.5 hours long? Jesus.
It's an event, man. You wouldn't travel to a remote island and spend $12.50
Oh, okay.
to go to it. It's
I forgot that you said this is like them cooking. This is their dinner like they're doing tonight.
yeah.
That's not. See, I was thinking that's just like,
Oh
hey,
no, this is what they do every single night.
This is our off day, and we're just having dinner together, and it's 4.5 hours long.
I don't know that these employees have dinner. They don't eat while they're in the restaurant because they're busy cooking and serving. I think they fucking probably survive on power bars or some shit. Like they wake up and they fucking smash one real quick. Maybe a little break during service time. They'll fucking run to the bathroom and cram something down. I don't fucking know. But yeah, one of the tech bros asks like, do you guys ever get burned out? And Elsa goes, burned out? Does not compute. She goes, Chef holds himself to the highest standard, and so do we. We never burn anything unless by design, to make delicious. Oh, well, all right then. Do you, boo-boo? She's like, well, who's hungry? I'm like, woo, let's fucking go.
Right.
We cut outside where they all walk past some goats just roaming around all willy-nilly. And Margot's like, hey, there is food at the end of this thing, right? Tyler totally ignores her to run up to Elsa and ask who lives in the big sick-ass house they're walking past, like he doesn't already know.
Right.
Chef Slowik does, of course. He asks if they can see it, and she's like, fuck no, not even the staff are allowed to go in the chef's cottage. You must be out your goddamn mind.
Yeah, I think Tyler's in love with the chef, dude.
Oh, it's entirely possible. He's in love with...
Not Margot.
He's in love with people knowing he knows a lot about food. It's weird. I don't know.
Right.
He's got a whole fucking thing going on. But he turns to look at this house, and I gotta say, calling it a cottage is a bit fucking modest. This place is beautiful and fucking huge.
Right.
Life goals for me, for sure. Just a big wooden, like... It's almost like dollhousey in certain elements. Like, there's a big observation deck up top, essentially.
Right.
But, like, oh man, overall, this is what I'm fucking talking about. Margot grabs him like, okay, come on, we mustn't disturb the Lord High Emperor of Sustenance. They finally arrive at the restaurant itself, and this place is pretty sick too. It's more like stone and corrugated metal like the other place was. But the door just looks like a big bay, like garage door, but it fucking pivots in the center.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Basically opening up two paths of ingress or egress. And Margot's the last one in, of course, and she kind of steals a glance behind her as she walks into the hallway. And the door closes, and it definitely feels like there's some finality to that, like it might not open up again.
Yeah, she's aware that this is all fucking weird, you know,
off,
and
yeah.
kind of watching the whole time. And obviously, nobody else is aware at all. Everybody's just kind of whatever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just ho-hum, sailing
Right.
through life. But this place is beautiful, though. When they walk in, we see that the Liebrants are already seated at their table, along with another older woman we haven't been introduced to yet. She's got a glass of wine in front of her, and it looks like she's already fucking half-cocked.
Right.
We get a shot of a huge open kitchen completely visible from the dining area. There are about 10 employees hard at work back there. And opposite that is just a huge glass wall with a fucking stunning view of the sea.
Yeah.
Just nothing but water as far as your eye can travel.
Expensive as fuck.
We get a couple shots of one of the cooks pouring some liquid nitrogen into a beaker of some kind, literally making snow, it looks like. More molecular gastronomy shit.
Right.
And we see the little melon balls in front of him as he pours. He literally takes tweezers and holds one of them up to the lamp to inspect it before placing it on the plate. This is where the fancy dining establishments lose me a little bit. Like, I totally understand the presentation angle and all that, but I don't know, man, when they start dressing plates and there's just a tiny little bit of something in the center of the plate, this like big pristine white plate.
Right.
And then 93% of the plate is just a sprig of parsley and some sauces swirled around.
Right.
I'm like, all right, so can you maybe like put some food on it though?
Yeah, bring me like 3 of these.
I also understand that there are multiple courses to cover, but still. This is where Margot walks into the main dining area and Mr. Lebrand averts his gaze once again. There's some kind of crazy history here.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And he insists on switching seats with his wife at this point so he doesn't have to look at her the whole time. And Elsa walks up and says, Miss... And she once again doesn't know Margot's last name. Margot tells her last name is Mills.
Ah.
Yeah, she's like, yes, Miss Mills. You will be sitting in Miss Westervelt's seat. Yeah, man, I know. You don't have to keep bringing it up.
Yeah, thanks for the reminder.
Mr. Lebrand tries convincing his wife that she should have the better view. And she's like, yeah, I don't need that. And he's like, well, I want to look at the kitchen, goddammit, so fuck off.
Yep, I want to talk about that, but we can't yet.
Not quite yet.
Not yet.
There's also a gorgeous fireplace burning on the side of the room. Probably a bit on the modern side for myself, all in all, with the adornments here, but different structure, different folks. I mean, there are some warmer rustic elements as well.
Right. Yeah, it's super nice.
Margot picks up the card in front of her, and of course it says Miss Westervelt. Tyler doesn't even notice. He's pulling out his phone again to snap more pics and get more ammunition.
Yeah, dude. What the fuck, man? Fuck you, Tyler.
Fuck you, Tyler. Elsa says, feel free to observe the cooks as they innovate, but please do not photograph our dishes.
Ooh.
Do not.
Right.
Chef, she says, Chef feels strongly that the beauty in his creations lies in their ephemeral nature. And Tyler sheepishly, puts his phone back into his suit jacket.
He's going to have a fucking issue.
This is where my Blu-ray fucked up, and I had to switch it to my DVD. Yes, I somehow have both. Don't ask, because I'm not really sure. But Tyler was about to sit down, and then he notices some shit going down in the kitchen, so he grabs Margot like, oh shit, we can't miss this, come see. And he walks up to one of the cooks, and without any introduction whatsoever, he just says, did you make that with a Paco jet?
Yeah, fucking what he wouldn't?
Who the fuck is Paco, and what does his piloting license status have to do with any of this? But the cook looks up at him and says, exactly right, sir. And Tyler gets this self-satisfied look on his face. Fucking douche. He does his best Jeff Goldblum impression here as he turns back to Margot. He's like, a Paco jet can produce a very fine powder-like, snow-like texture. Somehow the Paco jet finds a way. Margot's like, oh, cool. Tyler's like, fuck yeah, it's cool. I have one. No big deal. The cook is like, you really know your stuff, Mr. Ledford.
Oh, yeah, what?
And Tyler looks a bit taken aback, like, fuck, you know my name?
Yeah, I was fucking taken aback. Like, oh, yeah, yeah, they say we like to know everyone who dines with us.
Mm-hmm.
So, more strange. Yeah, I don't know. That's crazy,
It's
dude.
weird, yeah,
How you got time to fucking know that, let alone put a fucking face with it? So, you've seen pictures.
They've been fucking planning this for months,
Yeah.
if not years, apparently.
The shit's chess, not checkers.
Tyler changes the subject. She's like, hey, what about the chef? Is he around here somewhere? I'd like to talk to him. And the cook interrupts him like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. Why don't you take your seat? We're about to start serving. He walks away looking a little defeated, still trying to maintain his dignity, though. Easier said than done. That was fucking rough.
Yeah, very strange.
But as they walk away, the sommelier offers the old woman some more Lambrusco. Yeah, that's exactly what she fucking needs. Tyler comments on the fact that the cook knew his name, but that's when Margot points out, yeah, I couldn't help but notice you didn't ask him his.
Right.
He throws a dismissive hand in the air and he goes, yeah, well, you know. No, I don't know. Why don't you tell me?
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm glad this dude diets so that he can
Eat all this
enjoy
food.
fine
Yeah.
meals like this.
Of course.
Suddenly, Tyler looks as though he's staring into the eyes of God, and the score swells a bit because Elvis has entered the fucking building, ladies and gentlemen. Voldemort himself, Rafe Fiennes as Chef Julian Slowik. Now we can get this fucking party started. He just walks around checking on the work of the cooks in the kitchen until Elsa walks up and says something to him in hushed tones, which makes Chef turn his head directly in Tyler and Margot's direction.
Right.
Looking concerned, like, oh shit, what's happening here? Like, I need to know who this Miss Westervelt was for sure and how her absence is causing so many problems. Does it really matter that much?
Yeah, fucking evidently does, man.
I'm guessing Miss Westervelt was also a piece of shit who deserved to die, and they knew that. And now all of a sudden, oh, here's this possible innocent.
Right.
Sorry, spoilers, everybody. Stay tuned to find out. Tyler shits his pants. He's like, oh, dude, is he looking at me?
Yeah, no, asshole, he's not.
Margot turns and he's just like staring dead into her soul.
Right.
And now, this is where the format of the movie changes a bit. We cut to an aerial view of the beach, and we get an info card telling us, all right, so here's the amuse-bouche. That's not what happened on the boat. That was just an amuse-bouche to amuse your bouche until the real amuse-bouche.
My bouche.
But I love how the rest of this film is formatted almost in vignette style. Like, each course is a new segment, and we get the information of which course it is and what that course consists of. This will come into play in a fucking hilarious way toward the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
yeah,
I can't wait. But this one is indeed the amuse-bouche. We watch as the staff covers those little melon balls with dainty little fucking snow-covered leaves or some shit.
Yeah, dude.
And then every single staff member walks a plate of this out to each respective table and sets it down in front of each respective guest.
Dude, I think it looks interesting, honestly.
So the entire staff is not only all cooks, but they're also service, waiters and waitresses. It's cool how this place operates. The amuse-bouche is a compressed and pickled cucumber melon, milk snow, and charred lace. Sounds fancy. Looks like it's almost food.
I want to try it.
I mean, it's very pretty, to be sure. But as this guy describes the course, another infographic appears on the bottom left of the screen, very much harkening back to those fancy food shows we mentioned. The score is right in line with that as well. They really put in some painstaking work to make this as authentic as possible.
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah.
Really good stuff. Lillian, however, is less than impressed, apparently. She's like, ugh, this ongoing obsession with snow. And Ted responds, it's officially a plague and no one is immune.
Can you taste a little goat?
Dude, I hate this bit. Well, both of these bits. Actually, I hate pretty much everyone in this room except Margot, Felicity, George, and actually Chef Slowik. Right now, we're talking about the ever-pretentious food critic Lillian. She tastes the amuse and says, yeah, can you taste a little goat? Right at the end, a little kid.
Yeah, I don't know why that one gets me. Yes, can you taste the goat in this?
Yo, bro, you cannot be talking about tasting kids, okay, Epstein?
Yeah, right.
But Ted mentions, well, yeah, she said milk, and Lillian points out that while that's true, she did not specify what species. Okay, congratulations, you're fucking right about everything, always. You're clearly always right.
Yeah, everybody in this room's a dick, you're right.
But we cut over to Felicity talking to George, saying she wants to hear his pitch for this new food show he's trying to push. But first, I would like to say thank you for the last 2 years. This opportunity has been, and he interrupts her. He's like, the best of your life. Let's have many, many, many more.
Right.
And importantly, while this conversation is happening, Tyler pulls out his phone to snap some more quick pics of the amuse, and Elsa is fucking staring dead at him.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I also love the shot of George when he says that. We can see the reflection of the fireplace in the window, and it just looks like fire is fucking dancing on the water outside. It's so fucking cool. Back to the conversation, turns out Felicity is trying to make a goodbye toast to George, terminating her own employment, but he won't let her.
Right.
I sense there's a bit of a deeper relationship here in some capacity. Maybe not romantic, but
it kind of
they've gotten close.
I was wondering for sure.
Or at least first. He thinks they've gotten close.
It felt like until they talk a little bit more in like the next scene or two, I kind of wondered if maybe they were involved romantically too. Mm-hmm, you know what I mean? Like you said, super close. So definitely just work close maybe.
That's when Elsa walks up behind Margot and rips the fucking coat off of the back of her chair to go hang it up where it should be, you fucking peon. But it gives Margot a little jolt and she's like, oh my God, what the fuck is that?
Right.
But Felicity, back to them, she's explaining to George that her mom got her a job at Sony, and she told George about it 2 weeks ago. She gives him back her work phone, the company credit card, the key to his house in LA, and his apartment in NYC, and his other apartment in NYC that his wife doesn't know about.
See? Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, little clues like that. Why doesn't his wife know about that apartment, Felicity? Why you got the key?
Oh, no reason. It's just an extra apartment for work.
Is that what they're calling it these days? I did put a note right here about this movie taking so fucking long to take notes on.
Yeah, fucking goddamn.
So many layers. Hats off to the writers, though. There's a lot happening here. We move over to the tech bros for a bit, and one of them asks, "How's Amanda?" And Soren responds with, "Oh, we're doing this? We're talking about our lives and shit? No, thank you." And he says things are not going well. Bryce asks if it was his fault, and Soren's like, "No, she made me text her coworker. Of course it was my fault. I'm an asshole."
Yeah, Jesus.
I'm glad you're aware, you know?
Right.
They make a toast to work and money, and then I'll comment about how pathetic they are. That's when George and Felicity start having a heated argument in Spanish, and they're both literally pushing the phone and keys back and forth across the table at each other. Meanwhile, Tyler's losing his mind about the food. He's like, "Jesus Christ, I want to live in this thing." And Margot asks, "So it's okay that I'm not as into this as you, right?" And he's like, "Oh, no, yeah, totally. I'm sitting with the coolest girl here."
Oh.
She's like, "All right, so give it to me. What's the deal with this food thing?" And he launches into this diatribe about how people idolize athletes and musicians and painters and stuff, right? Yeah, those people are idiots. What they do doesn't matter. They play with balls and ukuleles and shit. Chefs, on the other hand, play with the raw materials of life itself. All right, that's the most profound thing I've heard him say by a country mile. I do like that. Maybe it's a little bit graspy, but it works.
Right.
Tyler mentions he's watched every episode of Chef's Table 2 or 3 times. Shout out to David Gelb. He watched Chef Slowik's episode 20 times, and he's watched him explain the exact moment a green strawberry is perfectly unripe, whatever that means.
That's what I was thinking. What the fuck are you talking about?
He's like, "I've watched him plate a raw scallop during its last dying contraction of muscle. It's art on the edge of the abyss, which is where God works too. It's the same." Jesus, dude.
Yeah, wow.
Elevating that a little bit.
Yeah, you're reaching a little bit, bud.
I mean, he's basically talking about food the way we talk about horror movies or music.
Yeah, right.
Such passion. But Margot actually looks at him with a bit of respect here. She goes, "That was beautifully put, Tyler. Seriously, I think I'm starting to get it a little."
Yeah, I don't know if she's being sincere or not.
I think she is. I'm suspicious. We cut back to the beach where we have another infographic telling us we've arrived at the first course. A bell dings as we cut back into the kitchen where Slowik is tasting something with the sous chef standing behind him all nervous. And Slowik closes his eyes and finally confirms, "Okay." And we get our first, "Yes, chef." And we cut to more of the kitchen staff plating rocks and shit. Whole bunch of greenery. I'm not really sure how much of this is edible. Might break a tooth.
I was going to say like a little volcano-looking plate here, you know? We get the first chef clap, too.
Oh, yeah. We have these like... When we're focusing on these shots of the food itself and the staff plating it, it is pretty incredible. Like, they're using tiny tools to, like, perfectly place each flower petal. It's honestly beautiful, but when it's all said and done, they put a single tiny scallop on this huge fucking rock in the middle of a plate surrounded by bullshit, and all you're supposed to taste is the little thing on top. I'm certain that I'm missing something. But yeah, Chef walks out into the middle of the floor, and the score swells until he claps loudly to get everybody's attention. And the music cuts out completely. The entire kitchen staff snaps to attention like a military platoon. And Chef greets everyone and introduces himself. He goes, "Welcome to Hawthorne, and tonight it will be our pleasure to feed you. Over the next few hours, you will ingest fat, salt, sugar, protein, bacteria, fungi, various plants and animals, and at times entire ecosystems. But I have to beg of you one thing, just one. Do not eat. Taste. Savor. Relish. Consider every morsel that you place inside your mouth. Be mindful, but do not eat. Our menu is too precious for that. And look around you. Here we are on this island. Accept it. Accept all of it. And forgive. And on that note, food.
Food, yeah, dude. Tyler's on board.
What is he asking for forgiveness for, though?
For what he's about to do to you tonight.
That's when the staff all walk out with the first course. I wanted to note real quick that we cut around to the different guests while Chef was giving his introduction. And everybody's kind of smiley or whatever, but we cut to Tyler, and he's got this, his eyes are closed, and he's in the middle, like, basically he's in the middle of church right now.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He's really on board, you know.
Rub-a-dub-dub, thanks for the grub. Yay, God. Amen.
Chef's fucking deep, too, dude, you know?
Yeah, dude. Oh, my God. The first course is apparently called The Island, and all of these plates look like tiny islands, so that's good job.
Good job.
We get an unbelievable shot here, like a highly stylized and staged food production. sweeping up this table that's adorned with plants and shells and crustaceans and fucking steam like they put a fog machine on it.
Right.
But Chef says, on your plate are plants from around the island, placed on rocks from the shore, covered with barely frozen filtered seawater, which will flavor the dish as it melts. Ooh. Genius.
Oh, yeah.
Tyler tries to tell Margot that this is what the guy was fishing for earlier. But Chef isn't done yet, Tyler. What the fuck, man?
Right.
You're going to interrupt this event you paid $2,500 for? Chef is like, excuse me. And it turns out he's just fucking with him, though. He's like, yeah, you're good. Yes, those are those very same scallops. And then he tells them all what they should remember about this dish, and that's that people on this island don't matter. What happens in this room is irrelevant. What matters is what happens outside in nature, in the soil, in the water, in the air. Oh, man, I'm getting fucking emotional over here. He says, we are but a frightened nanosecond. Nature is timeless. Enjoy. And Margot looks back at Tyler as he lifts his napkin to his face because he's actually crying.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, Tyler. Get it together.
I just find it all very moving. It's almost too beautiful to eat. And then he snaps a couple more pics with Elsa staring right at him again. She fucking told you, dude. Stop it.
Yeah, you don't give a fuck.
Margot tries to tell Tyler a story about the nicest restaurant in her town, and she barely gets those words out when he interrupts her. You don't think Chef's mad at me, do you?
Right. He really does not care about Margot.
No.
Let me see that. Or anybody else except for the chef for some reason.
Right. First of all, she clarifies he doesn't have to call him Chef. She says he probably doesn't even know you exist. And he's still crying and mentions he just wants the chef to like him.
Right. Yeah, what the fuck is wrong with you?
She's like, dude, you're the customer. You're paying him to serve you. It doesn't really matter if he likes him or if he likes you or not. And she's like, well, you know what? Never mind. Eat your rock. That's when the sommelier walks up and gives them way too much information about the wine he's offering. He says, this bottle doesn't just come from a single vineyard, but from a single row of vines. It's magical.
Fucking cool, dude.
Is it? Does that really matter, a single row of vines? I mean,
it probably doesn't matter, but it sounds cool.
I guess so. Yeah.
Like, all right.
It's more of that pretension.
Right.
Lillian and Ted have a conversation, a quick temp check about the experience so far, and she's like, it's half great. It's there in moments, but there's a neediness to the plating. I mean, it's been tweezered to fuck.
Yeah, she's tearing it apart, but still complimenting it too.
Yeah, she mentions the flavors are there. It's very clean. It's very thalassic.
It's fucking what?
Well, that's what Ted looks at Lillian like. Like, he doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about, but she's once again being pretentious, of course. So, like, making up words, trying to be better than everybody else, confusing him with something for the sole purpose of being able to womansplain it to him.
he just goes along with it, you know.
But she explains that it just means oceanic. Thalassa was the primeval spirit of the sea, which is what prompts Ted to realize, oh shit, Thalassa and Pontus. Yeah.
Oh.
Classic
like, pickles.
Thalassic Park.
Yeah.
She's like, bro, we're eating the fucking ocean.
Sick, bro.
Meanwhile, Felicity asks George how his food is, and he's like, yeah, it's good. She's like, all right, but you can't just say, oh shit, it's good for the food show. You got to embellish. And she asks him to pitch her the show that he's been hyping up, and he's like, all right, so check this. We go to Italy, right? We shoot me in some capri pants on a pastel green Vespa, driving around to some Giuseppe's farm with cheese. I eat the cheese, and then there's a close-up of me, and I close my eyes, and I fake an orgasm, right? And then we go to Africa, and I talk about how racism is maybe not so cool, and then bingo bongo Emmy time, okay? Can I eat now?
Yeah, hell yeah, George. Hell yeah.
Really?
That's his idea.
My response is fucking exactly hers. She looks at him slack-jawed like, that's what you're going to pitch to 3 streaming services on Monday?
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ, that's a disaster.
Yeah, it's not going to work.
She's like, I don't think you can go to South Africa with a DUI. But Soren asks Bryce how it is, and he's like, what, the otter food? Yeah, it's good, I guess. And Soren points out that his home chef, Ricardo, is just as good, but he points out that they're buying the experience.
It's true. Yeah.
The sommelier pours the old lady some more wine. Goddamn, she's fucking deep into that. And then over to the Liebrandts. Mrs. Liebrandt tells her husband she saw Perry at De Laurentiis the other day, and he just looks at her like he wants to fucking kill her.
Right.
Like, such an empty relationship they have. Meanwhile, Chef yells out, I want plating in 5. Yes, Chef. We're on to the second course now, the breadless bread.
Oh, yeah, dude, I like this. This is funny.
We see Chef walk up, intercut with images of the cooks dolloping little condiments onto plates, and he finally walks up and claps, scaring poor Margot. She's like, is he going to keep doing that?
Yes. Absolutely.
Yes, Chef.
Yes.
Chef launches into the next introduction here. He says, bread has existed in some form for over 12,000 years, especially among the poor. Flour and water, what could be simpler? Even today, grain represents 65% of all agriculture. Fruits and veg only 6%. And ancient Greek peasants dipped their stale, measly bread in wine for breakfast. How did Jesus teach us to pray if not to beg for our daily bread?
Oh, yeah.
And Tyler literally says these words along with him, like he's hanging on this guy's every word.
Right. Yeah, he's heard this before.
He goes, it is and has always been the food of the common man. But you, my dear guests, are not the common man. So tonight, you get no bread. No bread for you.
And
Next.
wouldn't you know it, you ain't kidding.
Yeah. We get a bell ringing again. Every time we introduce a new course, the bell rings. And we cut to a basket of these beautiful bread loaves, but then the camera pans down from that to the thing that they're actually being served, which is just an empty plate with 6 tiny dollops of various condiments
Right.
that are normally used to dip the bread into, except they don't get the bread to go along with it.
Yeah, there's an open spot where a bunch of my bread should be sitting,
Right.
you know?
Everyone's like, wait, fucking what? Like, Tyler's still in his corner, kind of like, oh man, this is genius. Next level shit. But
Right.
everyone else is like, cool, this restaurant is literally known for their bread and you're not giving us any? This is fucked up.
Right.
But they're all convinced it's a gag of some kind. And he goes, please enjoy the unaccompanied accompaniments. Wow, dude.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Felicity reads from a note that was put down along with the plates. And it says, the bread you will not be eating tonight was made from a heritage wheat called Red Fife, crafted with our partners at the Tehachapi Grain Project, devoted to preserving heirloom grains.
So they fucking baked it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they baked it. You don't fucking get it.
No, we actually ripped that up into tiny pieces and threw it out in the yard for the birds.
Yeah. Oh no, trust me, we made it. We gonna make it. You just don't fucking get any.
They made it for the sole purpose of it smelling like bread in the restaurant to
Right.
excite everybody, and then they're like, nope.
Nope, you get a fucking knife and a couple dots of fucking condiments.
George is kind of digging it, though. He's like, I gotta say that the shit around the total absence of the bread is, like, really good. And Ted and Lillian think it's outrageous, fiendish even, but fun.
Fiendish. Yes.
Quite. She looks down and notices that the emulsion they placed down in front of her is slightly split, which I can't tell you what that means. Something about the fat separating, I think, kind of like an oil and water thing. But they're inspecting it, confirming it's broken, and she says, oh no, you really shouldn't see that in a restaurant of this quality.
Right.
Meanwhile, Chef is watching them and listening to every word. Just you wait, bitch.
Oh, yeah.
Just you wait. Tyler's still pumped about all of it. He says the game is trying to guess what the overall theme is. And Margot's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? He's literally insulting you. He's
Right.
like, no, he's telling a story. It's a concept. You just don't get it.
Yeah.
Which offends her, of course.
Right.
He goes, he doesn't give a fuck about the rules. And she's like, I don't know. Maybe there are some rules you should give a fuck about, like giving food to people at a restaurant.
Right.
But Lillian announces that she makes her own bread in case anybody gives a fuck.
Right.
Spoilers, we don't.
It's rustic, yeasty.
Yeah, ew, that might be worse than mouthfeel.
I said, bitch, your attitude's yeasty.
Why don't you take it, yeasty?
She says she makes her own yeast from apples.
Yeah, fucking eye roll, dude. Of course she does.
Yeah, Ted kisses her ass some more, you know.
Calls her, you wicked thing.
Right. Yeah, fuck you, Ted, also.
But just then, Elsa walks out with a huge bowl of purposely broken emulsion, and she sets it down in front of Lillian. Get fucked, bitch.
Yeah, here's another broken emulsion, courtesy of Chef Slowik.
Yeah, fucking. Lillian turns to look at him, and he just smiles and nods. He's playing the fuck out of her. But Bryce flags down Elsa and tries to appeal to her, and she's like, is everything to your liking? And he's like, well, fucking no, actually. I totally understand the conceptual stuff, but can we please get some fucking bread? Some gluten-free for my friend here as well?
No.
Yeah, just flat as fuck. No. He's like, okay, that's cute, but you know who we are, right? She's like, yep, totally do. Don't care.
Yeah, right.
One of them's like, we work with Doug Varick, and she's like, no, you work for Mr. Varick. She's like,
fucking burn, dude.
the dude's like, all right, well, same team. Just fucking slip us a little bread. Come on. She like sticks to her guns, though. She's like, no, motherfucker. And Bryce tries to dismiss her, but then she bends down next to Soren and like, under the guise of fixing his napkin, and whispers maybe my favorite line of the movie. She gets real close and she says, tonight you will eat less than you desire and more than you deserve. Holy fucking shit, dude. So good.
I would have been like, you hitting on me?
Oh, yeah? Well, tonight you gonna eat my dick.
Elsa, where's the bathroom?
Wow. She stands and says out loud, it's a pleasure to serve you, and walks
See?
away. Yeah. Stop it. The chef just stands there watching everyone for a minute, and Tyler asks to be embalmed in whatever he's licking off the utensil.
Yeah, dude, he's totally sucking the chef's ass.
He's sucking on this fucking wooden spoon, that's for sure. But meanwhile, Margot hasn't touched anything. And he's like, what the fuck, you're not even going to try it? And she's like, no, man, I might if there was some fucking bread here.
Right.
But he's like, fine, then I'll eat it. And he stands up and reaches across the table to grab her plate, and he fucking knocks her wine glass over onto the floor, shattering it.
Yeah, what the fuck? Chill out, Tyler.
Smooth, dude.
Right.
Some of the staff rush over to clean the mess up, and Chef walks up to Margot and says, you haven't touched your food. She's like, yeah, buddy, there is no food.
Right.
He's like, no, this is food. And she's like, okay, well, there's more food to come. I don't want to fill up. And he's like, that wouldn't be possible. I've precisely portioned everything out tonight to account for that. And he says, please eat. The menu only makes sense if you eat. And she tries to be a smartass, throwing his words back at him. She's like, but you told us not to eat. He's like, look, bitch, that's not what I meant, and you know it. She goes, thank you for your concern, but I'm perfectly capable of deciding when I eat and what. Hell yeah, get his ass.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. I think she pissed him off here a bit.
Oh, yeah, he walks away without another word, but now Tyler is fucking mortified. He was like, that was humiliating. She's like, what, dude? The guy's a prick. Chef strolls across the room to the old lady, and he bends down to put her head against hers, which Lillian gives a strange look to. And then he storms through the kitchen and says, plating in 3, my friends. And they all yell, yes, chef.
Yeah, I was like, who in the fuck is this lady at the table alone in the corner?
I think when he put his forehead to hers, I got it.
Ah,
Like,
okay,
that's
you right
gotta be
away.
Mama. Okay.
I was just like, the fuck? Okay.
We get a great slow-mo shot of a burner lighting up. Like the classical music crescendos, and we see the third course graphic.
Yeah, dude, all the shots are so fucking awesome.
They're so fucking good.
Yeah, everything is very clear and well thought out. Everything. There's
Yeah.
no filler.
The
in this
composition,
fucking
the
movie.
lighting, the color, everything is
Right.
so fucking good.
It's great.
But there's more sweaty chefs toiling in the kitchen. Somebody's flipping a tortilla. That's good news. That's kind of bread, right?
Yeah.
More bougie plating happening. More wine poured from the sommelier, again with too much information. He mentions that this vintage has faint notes of longing and regret.
Yeah. What?
Now, how in the fuck could you possibly get that from a wine? Those are the emotions that you experience that make you want to drink wine.
Yeah, this is when I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Margot's like, longing and regret, my favorite.
Yeah, don't fucking drink that, man.
Oh man, what if it was drugged a little bit so that people were filled with longing and regret and didn't mind dying at the end? Ooh.
Yeah.
She looks over at the Lebrandt's table, and the wife notices, hey, she's staring over here again. How do we know her? She looks like Claire. And he's arguing with literally everything she says. He's like, no, we don't know her. She doesn't look like Claire. Stop saying that. Methinks he doth protest too much.
Yeah. Yeah. What's going on here?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
She won't give it up, though, and he says she's nothing like our Claire. Ah, okay. So Claire is the daughter. Oh, God, where are we going with this?
Right.
George asks Felicity what she's leaving to do, and she says the position is Associate Development Pro Exec. And he's like, okay, well, what the fuck is that? And she has no idea. She's like, I mean, it's in development, so I'd be developing things. And he's like, well, why would that be better than working for me? And she goes, well, there's a future there. I mean, there's a different future there.
Right.
And thank goodness she gets saved by the clap.
Yeah, next course, memory.
Chef calls out, the next course is called memory. It's meant to evoke a memory, and he tells him that when he was a child growing up in Waterloo, Iowa, Tuesday was taco night.
Yeah, nice. Everybody loves Taco Tuesday.
He does a little sassy, like, back and forth dance when he goes, Taco Tuesday. And he finally introduces the old lady at the table as his mother. Okay, now we're getting somewhere.
Right.
He mentions that she's drunk right now. That is not unusual.
Hell
It's not unusual for my mom to be drunk.
She's just at the restaurant fucking hanging out drunk.
Right.
Fucking come on, Ma.
He tells the story of his father coming home drunk one Tuesday. Apparently it's a family tradition. And his mom got mad and yelled at his dad, so he wrapped a phone cord around her neck and pulled it tight.
Ooh.
Jesus. He says young Julian ran up and begged him to stop, but he wouldn't, so we finally had to stab him in the thigh with kitchen scissors.
Ow.
And then we cut to the kitchen where all of the cooks back there stab a different pair of kitchen scissors into a chicken thigh on the counter, getting ready to serve them.
Right. Tiny little scissors, right?
Yeah, tiny little chicken thighs and tiny little scissors.
Yeah.
He asks if mom remembers that, but she's fucking 3 sheets to the wind, dude. She's about to pass out. And he says, I should have stabbed him in the throat that evening, but we're not so smart when we're young. Also, you can't serve chicken throats, so it would have been way less symbolic.
Fucking chicken throat.
He goes, it was a very memorable taco night. And Felicity turns to George like, what the fuck is this, dude? This guy's a weirdo.
Definitely.
He's like, no, he's just got a sense of humor. He's an intense dude. And the staff comes out to serve the guests, and chef tells them that they have a house-smoked breast chicken thigh al pastor and our own tortillas made with heirloom masa. Sounds fucking delicious. This is maybe the tastiest sounding thing of the night.
Yeah, it says it's one of Hawthorne's signature dishes.
Yeah.
They change their menu constantly, but this has been a staple since day one.
Right. She says it's what put him on the map. What map would be a different story.
Right, according to Mrs. Bloom.
Right. He says they're always innovating and fear irrelevance. This is an update to a classic. There are images on the tortillas etched in by a laser engraving machine. This is the first time they've used it.
Wow.
And this is when everybody inspects the tortillas, which all have something disturbing burned into them, all
Right.
personalized for each guest.
Right, yeah, we
Ooh.
start off with old Lillian,
Right.
right? And she's got bad reviews from restaurants that she essentially helped close.
Yeah, they're all
right?
pictures of restaurants that, because of her reviews, then closed subsequently after. Fucking the Leebrands have pictures of them that get progressively more upsetting to Anne. She's like, what are these? And he's like, they're fucking taco things for tacos. She's like, no, dude, there are pictures of us on it. And like, this is the one of you getting your fucking melanoma removed from your forehead. And they cut over to Tyler, and his images are all of him taking pictures of the food they've been served tonight.
Right, so like, holy shit.
Somebody's been back there just fucking having a little photography session.
Not only taking pictures, but uploading them to this laser machine to print onto the tortillas.
Yeah, the things that are on these tortillas happened like 15 minutes ago.
Right, that's fucking crazy.
Immediately, Tyler's like, oh my God, he hates me. Should I apologize? And George's tortillas they're all of the same thing for him.
Is that a bad movie?
Spoilers, everybody. We'll find out later that Chef Slowik saw his movie Calling Dr. Sunshine and fucking hated it. But that's the only thing he's got against him. So all of his tortillas are the one thing.
Right.
But it's like the cover of the movie Calling Dr. Sunshine. And he's like, damn, blast from the past. That was a dumb part, a bad script. Not a good movie, but it was a fun shoot.
Right.
But yeah, they're thinking this is a joke because he's such good friends with the chef, right? And we go over to the Tech Bros. Their tortillas are all of like illegal money transfers or something that they've been responsible for. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, dude, it's kind of crazy. It's like invoices for fake charges or something, or something shitty they're doing with the company.
Shady business shit, yeah. Bryce calls Elsa over and he's like, hey, what the fuck are these? And she's got one of the best lines in the movie. Elsa's so great, dude. She's like, these are tortillas. Tortillas deliciosas. He's like, no, bitch, the images. What the fuck? She's like, oh, that. These are tortillas containing tax documents from Echo Bright showing how your company created fake invoices with fake charges. We fucking own you.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
And Bryce asks how they got these, and she's like, oh, I'm sorry, but Chef never reveals his recipes. Soren's like, so you know how fucked you are now, right? We'll have this place closed by the morning. And she's like, oh no, that won't be necessary.
Which right away, I'm like, what the fuck does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean not
You're gonna
necessary?
Meanwhile, Anne picks up another tortilla and she's like, oh, here's one of you, and who's this other woman?
Oh, I don't know, honey.
And he tries to play it off like, oh, it's fake. It's some sort of stupid joke. The tech bros are over there freaking out. He's like, this tortilla might fucking hold up in court.
Yeah, Bryce ain't happy. Dave and Soren are kind of like, whatever.
Yeah, they're trying to reason that, like, if they turn us in, they'll also be turning in their investor, Doug Varick.
Right.
Well, yeah.
So technically, we're all on the same team, kind of.
Yeah, ultimately, they decide they're okay.
Right.
And Margot tells Tyler they can't take his photograph without his consent. Oh, you mean like he's been doing with the food all night when they told him not to?
Right.
But he's like, oh my God, I have to make this right. And she's like, send it back. To which he kind of flips on her. Like, she calls someone over to the table and he tries to stop her, literally snapping his fingers at her.
Yeah, ooh, what the fuck, son?
Yeah, she's not cool with that. She's like, I'm not your fucking dog.
Right. Not your buddy, guy.
He's like, I've been trying to get a reservation here forever. You don't send shit back to a kitchen like this, you child.
Oh.
Dude, shit is imploding. Everybody's starting to lose it a little bit.
Yeah. Wow.
Margot demands Tyler apologize to her. She's like, you cannot speak to me that way. And he's like, actually I can because I'm the one who's paying. And he takes a bite of his tortilla and subsequently loses his mind all over again about how good it is.
Yeah, he completely changes tone here.
Yeah, he takes a bite and completely forgets about what they're talking about.
Oh, you've got to try this.
Yeah. She's like, no thanks, don't let me interrupt. And she gets up and storms off, but she gets intercepted by Elsa. And she plays it off that she was just looking for the ladies' room, which Elsa helps her find. But Margot gets distracted by a fancy-ass silver door, and she's like, hey, what's back there?
Right.
And Elsa just says it's something very special.
Again, what the fuck does that mean?
Margot walks into the bathroom and into a stall, but then she steps up onto the toilet to open the window to have a smoke.
Right.
Which is when she notices an employee outside carrying a set of angel wings off into the woods.
That's strange.
The fuck is that?
But
But just then, Chef Slowik walks into the ladies' room to confront her, saying he wants to know what it was about the last course she didn't enjoy.
Right.
He takes his work very seriously, and she's not eating, and he says it wounds him. But she comes out of the stall and says, maybe I'm just not that hungry, okay? Jeez.
Leave me alone, God.
And he introduces himself all over again for the purpose of getting her to do the same.
Right.
She's not who was meant to be here tonight, and he doesn't believe she is who she says she is. But she keeps up the facade, telling him she's Margot from Grand Island, Nebraska. Do you want the address to my mom's trailer park too?
Right. Ouch.
He's like, no, I want you to tell me who you actually are. I can see right through your bullshit, and you shouldn't be here tonight. And she just responds with, get the fuck out of my way. And he does, to his credit. He steps aside.
Oh, yeah.
But then we cut to the fourth course, which the staff has cleared some space in the dining room to lay a huge tarp down on the floor, placing a bunch of flowers all over it.
Yeah, it's almost decoration, like it's a large plate, maybe?
Very theatrical, yeah, and symbolic of that, yes. But finally, Chef comes up and claps, and he goes, I'm excited. We're ready for our next course. Before he can get any further, Soren freaks out and stands up to confront him about the fucking tortillas. And he's like, hey, what's going on here? And Julian so innocently replies, would you just let me finish? Is that okay? Chef introduces the sous chef Jeremy Loudon. Apparently the course they're about to consume, he created, and it's called The Mess. I wonder what that could mean. Jeremy's from Nevada, apparently, studied at Hyde Park, and always wanted to work for Julian. He mentions that he's very talented, very good, but he's not great. And he'll never be great. He desperately wants my prestige, my job, my talent. He aspires to greatness, but he'll never achieve it. And he makes him say it back to him, in fact, just to confirm.
How strange.
He says he's forsaken everything to achieve his goals. Like mine, his life is pressure. Pressure to put out the best food in the world. And even when all goes right and the food is perfect and the critics are happy, there is no way to avoid the mess. The mess you make of your life, of your body, of your sanity. He fucking sounds like Hannibal Lecter here, actually.
Right. Like, goddamn, dude.
But he asks Jeremy if he likes his life, and he says no. Do you want my life? Answers no.
Of course not.
But his fucking eyes are both welling up with tears, and then Julian leans in and kisses him on both cheeks and walks away announcing the course as a couple more employees pull a clear plastic sheet over, blocking the kitchen from any, well, messes that might occur. And Jeremy takes a little bow and puts a gun in his mouth and eats a fucking bullet.
Yep.
How's that for a fourth course? God damn, that happened so fast.
Everybody fucking freaks out.
Dude. The guy in the kitchen staff pulls the blood-covered sheet back, and the entire staff just stands there with their heads down like they're in a moment of silence.
I really appreciate that they thought of that, because that would have contaminated the whole damn kitchen.
Oh, God, yeah. You couldn't have fucking done shit there after that.
Right.
The only person not freaking out is Tyler, apparently thinking it's staged, and then the staff just goes right back to plating while Julian tries to calmly explain, hey, this is all part of the show. This is what you're paying for. Please return to your seats. And everyone's trying to determine whether it's real or not.
Right.
Lillian's trying to convince everyone, no, it's just theater. But it doesn't sound like she's too convinced herself.
Yeah, fucking theater how?
I mean,
fucking fancy.
If they were able to pull that off, holy shit, they've got fucking like Hollywood production budgets.
Right.
But they cover Jeremy's body and haul him out of there. And Julian's like, oh, it's all part of the menu. And the staff come out to serve the food of the fourth course. Oh, yeah, that's what we're supposed to be doing. The mess is pressure-cooked vegetables, roasted filet, potato confit, beef jus. I wanted to call it beef juice, but it's J-U-S. Like
beef juice.
Au jus. And bone marrow, quite fitting. At the bottom of the infographic that pops up on the screen, they add R.I.P. Jeremy Loudon. Goddamn. Chef watches while everybody tries to get it together, but they're taking too long, so he helps them along by yelling, "Eat!" which scares everybody back to complying. And he calls for the fifth course to be prepared. And we go back to Margot asking Tyler what the fuck is going on. He's, of course, still not paying attention, just digging into his plate like nothing happened.
Oh, yeah, he's unfazed.
He's fucking something else is what he is. The sommelier comes up with another wine. This one's got some barnyard funk in it. Oh, no, thank you. I stepped in some once.
Yeah. This wine smells like shit.
Mr. Liebrandt has had enough, and he tells his wife, get up, we're leaving. And 3 dudes in the hallway and Elsa have other news for him.
Right.
She asks him what's the matter, and he just states that they're leaving. She tells him there's no boat to leave on, and he goes, then I'll call a helicopter.
Oh, he's going to call a chopper, dude.
Get to the chopper. But she's like, not without phone service, you won't. And he tells the staff to get the fuck out of his way, and his wife tries telling him, like, hey, just do what they say. And he's like, no, just let me handle this. Which prompts Elsa to ask, with which hand do you intend to handle this, right or left?
Yeah. Oh,
the fuck?
Yeah.
And he won't say anything, so she's like, shall we choose? And she looks over at Chef, who just nods at her, and she says, all right, left hand, ring finger. And these 2 dudes manhandle this poor guy back to his table, put his hand on it, and chop his fucking finger off. His wedding ring falling to the floor.
Yeah, dude, nice.
People start to stand and stir now. Now it's not happening to the staff, it's happening to them.
Right.
And all the while, Tyler hasn't missed a beat. He just keeps eating like everything's fine while everybody screams around him.
Right.
Liebrandt is writhing around on the floor, also screaming. And Elsa tries to get everybody back in their seats and actually asks someone if they need help finding their way back to their spot.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, it's all part of the menu. George starts freaking out. He's like, I can't do this. I can't do a hostage thing. And Felicity's like, well, go talk to him. He's your friend, right? And he's like, no, I made that up. I'm a name-dropping whore.
Right.
But Elsa walks over and picks Mr. Liebrandt's ring up off the floor while he just lies there crying, and his wife tries to console him.
Yeah, like, dude, I know it hurts, but shut the fuck up. He's like fucking crying. He's not like, he's like a little kid crying.
Yeah.
Like, ah!
Yeah. She hands the ring back to Anne, who absently thanks her. Meanwhile, Lillian seems to think that this entire evening was planned for her and Ted's benefit specifically. I think that means basically that they don't know what's going on, but they're assuming now, since Liebrandt's finger just got cut off, that they're all actors.
Mm.
But apparently she thinks the mess is incredible. Really? Kind of sounded like the most simple dish yet. Ted says the acting is astonishing, and George is like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Right.
That's when Elsa walks up and tells Margot that Chef wants to see her in the kitchen. She freaks out a little bit at the thought, but looks over at Chef to see him just staring at her. And Tyler asks to come as well, and Elsa's like, no. Fuck you, Tyler.
Yeah, fuck you, you creep. You stay here.
Margot walks into the kitchen, and Chef tells her, no, you're all wrong. You're simply wrong. Who are you? And she tries to say her name is Margot, and he's like, no, I've served many Margaux. You're not a Margot.
Yeah, I mean, not wrong. No.
Well, yeah, it's weird that he somehow knows that, but she's like, what the fuck does it matter? And he goes, well, it matters because this entire evening has been painstakingly planned and you are not a part of that plan, and it's spoiling everything. In order to proceed, I need to know where to seat you, with us or with them. It's very important.
Yeah, damn, dude.
And she says, and then you'll let me live? And he's like, huh, no, of course not. That would ruin the menu. We're all going to die tonight. Isn't that right?
Yeah, yes, chef.
The whole fucking staff. Fucking a culinary cult, man.
Right.
He asks her if she wants to die with those who give or those who take. And she argues if she dies either way, then it's arbitrary. He goes, no, nothing here is arbitrary. And insists she make a choice. And he's all smiles here, too. It's creepy.
Right.
He also mentions the menu is strictly timed. In 15 minutes, he'll take a break between courses, and she's got that long to decide, basically.
Oh, shit.
He sets a timer, and she walks back to her seat, and he calls out to the staff, plating in 5. I love you all. We love you too, chef. As she gets back to the table, Tyler's acting all pissed and indignant. He's like, did he offer you a kitchen course? Of course he did. What was it, protein or veg? And she slaps the fuck out of him.
Right across the fucking face. And he doesn't react here. He just asks again.
He just repeats the question.
Protein or veg?
Yeah. Answer me, bitch.
Yeah.
He bitches while she sits back down. He's like, it's not fair. Why do you get a kitchen course? You fucking smoke all day. Can't even taste it.
Yeah, dude. He's fucking nuts,
He's
dude.
a lunatic, man.
Yeah.
But she just sits there trying to wrap her brain around what the fuck is happening. But luckily, we take a little break with a palate cleanser of wild bergamot and red clover tea in beautiful clear glass teapots. It's delightful.
Yeah, dude. I don't want to pay $12.50, but I want all this food.
Yeah, man.
Maybe not the dude blowing his head off either, you know, but, you know.
You wouldn't mind that.
Cool.
The tech bros take the opportunity to try to plan an escape right here, and George comes over to join the planning as well. He's like, all right, listen, this worked in a movie I did once called The Assault. When they bring the knives and forks, we just storm the kitchen, okay? Like, fucking no, dude. They have bigger knives.
And there's a lot more of them. There's more than 12, right?
I believe so, yeah. But one of the guys is like, you think we have better knife skills than them? Yeah, I fucking think not.
Right.
But I mean, it's either that or just lay down and die, I guess.
Yeah, you gotta do something, I guess, right?
That's when Soren stands up and tries to break the window with his chair, but that's not even close to happening. None of the staff even reacts to it. They just calmly walk out with the tea.
Right. It's kind of crazy the chair doesn't break even, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was surprised about both of those things. Everything in this place is incredibly well constructed. But Elsa helps Soren back to his seat, and he apologizes for freaking out or failing to break the window, one or the other. The chef starts his next monologue about a saying he knows. Sometimes all you need is a good cup of tea. I learned that growing up in Bratislava. Wait a minute, I thought you were from Iowa.
I was going to say, yeah, what the fuck? Are you lying now?
His mom definitely, when she finally does speak, it sounds like she has an accent. So I wonder if he kind of, maybe a back and forth kind of kid.
I gotcha.
He says tea not only cleanses the palate, but provides a soothing balm when facing hard truths, which everyone in this restaurant is facing tonight, except Margot. Before they continue, Chef asks if anyone has any questions, and of course Tyler's the first to raise his hand. Super important question here. Is this bergamot I'm getting, Chef? Julian rolls his eyes like, Jesus, man. Yeah, it is. Okay. But George stands up and he says, I think I speak for everybody here when I say that we just want to know why this is happening. And he answers that they should think of themselves as ingredients in a tasting concept. But none of this should be a surprise to most of you. He addresses Lillian, saying she knows the damage she's done to so many livelihoods. And she starts to protest, but he shuts her down right away, like, no, you don't fucking talk.
All right.
And Ted argues that he submitted to an interview with Lillian, and that interview created this restaurant, trying to appeal to Julian that this place wouldn't have existed without her. But Chef walks up and he's just like, hey, fuck you, man, you enabler. You enable her filth.
Right.
You buttress, you coddle. And then another employee walks up to Lillian with an even bigger bowl of broken emulsion.
Right.
Like a fucking huge mixing bowl of it.
A little more for you.
It's like, I saw, when I was a kid, my dad always made me watch like fucking Andy Griffith's show, I Love Lucy and shit. There's an episode of I Love Lucy where they're in Nevada, actually, in Albuquerque, fucking Ethel's hometown. They're putting on a show in some theater. And one of the gags is Fred walking back and forth at the back of the stage, like always carrying a progressively bigger plant. And then by the end of it, he's carrying a fucking, like struggling to carry a tree across the stage. That's what this fucking broken emulsion bowl gag is. But Julian argues that Lillian's ego was fed by him texting her an invitation for this evening. But to be fair, you fed my ego as well. Elsa reminds Margot that she's got 10 minutes to make a decision at this point. And Mrs. Lebrand tries to plead to the chef to let her husband go to the hospital, and he argues he's fine, but let my wife go.
Right.
Chef comes up to address them as his loyal regulars. He asks them how many times they've eaten here in the last 5 years. 11 fucking times.
Goddamn.
Holy
dude.
shit, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
He goes, most people consider themselves blessed if they eat here only once. Mr. Lebrand, please name one dish you ate the last time you were here.
Wow.
Silence.
Yeah, he can't fucking... That's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
That is mind-blowing.
You can't think of one fucking thing you ate in this place?
Right.
Like, at least the first time you were here would have left an impression, right? You fucking came back 10 more times. But he says, yeah, you've taken the boat out here 11 times. We always introduce every dish. We tell you exactly what we're feeding you. And you can't name one thing.
Yeah, wow.
Anne tries to help him by whispering, cod. And he's like, it wasn't cod, you donkey. It was halibut. Rare fucking spotted halibut. And Anne is like, well, what does it matter? And he goes, it matters to the halibut, Mrs. Lebrand. And to the artist whose work turns to shit inside your gut. I've allowed my work to reach the price point where only the class of people in this room can access it. And I've been fooled in trying to satisfy people who can never be satisfied, starting with her, and he gestures to his mother.
Damn.
But that's our culture, isn't it? And my restaurant is part of the problem, which is when Bryce chimes in saying, it's not your restaurant, it belongs to Doug Varick. And Julian's, this is Julian's angel investor. I'm not really sure exactly what that term means, but foot in the bill for most of everything.
Right.
He owns the island and the restaurant, and Julian agrees, by extension, Doug Varick owns him. But now things are a little more complicated, and I own Doug Varick. Cue the lights outside. We cut to Doug Varick outside the window, suspended in the air by a crane or some shit.
Right.
With those angel wings we saw earlier strapped onto him because he's the angel investor.
Right.
What the fuck is going on?
He's just out, suspended over the water.
Just floating above the water.
Right. I was staring at it. I'm like, so you can see that something's holding him up. And I'm like, where's this giant fucking crane that's hoisted that, like, you should have seen it when they were coming up on the boat? You know?
You
like,
should have seen it fucking when they were halfway to the island.
Right. What's this giant crane for? Nope, nothing.
No reason.
Yeah.
But the bros start trying to appeal to him, saying, hey, man, we'll give you money. Just say a number and we'll make it happen. He's like, no, I don't need your money. You can't stop this. And Dave just straight up tries to run away, but he gets tripped by an employee before he reaches the door. And I think he whacks his head pretty good on the floor, too.
Oh, yeah.
Bryce is like, hey, man, he kept you open through COVID, you prick. And hilariously, Julian's mom is fucking slumped over at the table behind him. He's passed out drunk. Julian says, yeah, he did, but he also requested substitutions, even though he knows there are no substitutions at Hawthorne. He's fucking losing it. And he looks over at Elsa and says, fallen angel, please. She raises her arms and makes a lowering gesture as the crane starts to drop Doug down closer and closer to the water. And the guests try to plead with him to stop, but he just closes his eyes and tells them to listen. And outside, Doug is struggling and yelling, and everybody inside's fucking crying. The scene's wild, dude. And his hands are tied up behind his back as they lower him down into the water, and then his screaming stops.
Nice.
And fucking, back to Chef. He's like, and he goes under and quiet.
Yeah.
Listen. Can you hear that silence? And Tyler closes his eyes, still under the impression that he can get on Chef's good side. He goes, that silence means I'm free. And Chef walks away, and we see the last bit of Doug's struggling beneath the surface.
Right.
Just then, the timer on the table breaks the silence, and Margot is told her time is up. Chef will speak with you now in his office.
Oh, shit.
Dun, dun, dun.
I love this because it's probably just killing Tyler.
Oh, my God.
Oh, now you get to go into the office with him?
What the fuck is going on?
Yeah. What's he feeding you now?
We're about to find out.
He's going to feed you his cod.
We're about to find out, what Margot's actual purpose here is, how she ended up coming to be here. So I guess I can spoil it now. Because you mentioned the thing about Tyler losing his mind over there, man, she's been in the fucking kitchen. Now she gets to go to the office. Goddamn, she's a fucking hooker I picked up. What? I don't understand what the deal is.
Hey, I paid for her tonight, you dick.
Right. But she joins Slowik in his office, and he asks if she's reached a decision. She says, yes, I have. She tells him that he was right. I shouldn't be here. All of this is not meant for me. I'm sure you're brilliant, but it's not for me. And immediately he contradicts her. You're not sure I'm brilliant, so don't say it. It's false. Okay, fine. I'm not sure you're brilliant, but I would very much like to please leave now, please.
Yeah.
But he tells her he'll make the decision for her, and he goes, you belong here, with your own breed, the shit shovelers. I know a fellow service industry worker when I see one.
Oh, felt that, dude.
Right? He's like, how do you know Mr. Liebrandt? You've been staring at him all evening. And it seems he must have paid for an experience. I can also tell that you don't rattle easily, so how did he rattle you?
Turns out she's
Margot.
a lot lizard.
He says her name with a little extra stank, emphasizing that he knows it's not her name.
Margot.
Okay, so let's recap. Margot is not Tyler's girlfriend. She is, in fact, a sex worker. And she knows Mr. Liebrandt because of the following. He paid her to A, agree to everything he said. B, continue eye contact while he jerked off. And C, to tell him that he was a good man and that she was his daughter and that he loved her and she loved him. Chef interrupts. Oh, so he's a romantic.
I don't think that's what she meant, Chef.
He's like, I don't need details. I know what a bad customer is. Do you enjoy providing services? She's like, well, I used to. And then she turns the question back on him. Same answer. I used to.
Right.
He says, I haven't desired to cook for somebody in ages. And one does miss that feeling. He invites her to come with him, and they walk back out to the floor. He's clapping the whole way, and he's like, everyone is so down. For our next course, let's take the evening air. And he coaxes everyone out of their seats and starts walking to the door. And Tyler's on his fucking heels trying to ask him questions that he totally ignores.
Right.
And we see Mama walk across the room. I was like, holy shit, she's not passed out? I thought she was also going outside for a minute, but she's just walking over to grab another bottle.
Yeah, I was going to say, she's getting loaded up.
I wonder how deep she is, man. She's at least a bottle and a half at this point already.
Oh, hell yeah.
When they get outside, there's a line of staff waiting for them, so all the guests line up as well. And the bros are still plotting. Dave wants to try to find a boat, and Bryce is like, to fucking go where, man?
Right. Yeah. Boat's not made for the ocean.
Lillian and Ted have accepted that they're dying tonight at this point. They've just given up. And Chef announces that the next course will be presented by sous chef Catherine Keller. And this introduction is so fucking abrupt. She just walks up and says, 3 years ago, Julian Slowik tried to fuck me.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, right away, I'm like,
Wow.
Wait, whoa. Chef? Chef did?
A week later, he tried again. I refused him, but he didn't fire me. Instead, he kept me in his kitchen and refused to look me in the eye or speak directly to me for 8 months. He can do that because he's the star. He's the man. So our next course is called Man's Folly. And Julian walks up to her and just stands still while she grabs a pair of scissors and stabs him in the fucking thigh.
Oh, I thought she stabbed him in the nuts.
I can see how it looked like that, because actually I mean, I've seen this movie before. I knew that she stabbed him in the thigh, but at first when she does the stabbing, it does kind of look like it's right in the junk.
Yeah, I just definitely assumed,
Right, but
tried to fuck her,
Yeah, exactly. That would have been more poetic.
Yeah.
Right? But no, she stabs him in the thigh just like he did to his dad, just like they did to the chicken thighs.
Okay.
But then they hug, which is, of course, the natural next step.
And
Sure.
then she wipes the ball sack blood on his shirt.
It's leg blood. Stop it. Yeah, onto his fucking pristine white chef's coat, and he apologizes to her and pulls the scissors back out of his leg. Jason, his third leg.
Yeah. Oh, God damn it. That's what you get, dude.
But he goes, to our male diners, we now offer you the chance to escape. You'll be given a 45-second head start, at which point members of my staff will try to catch you. If they... And then right there, Soren just books it the fuck out of here, interrupting Julian.
Well, fuck yeah, I would have too. I wouldn't have seen up. Oh, I really want to hear what he has to say.
He's like, okay, 45 seconds starts now. Go ahead, run, little rabbits. And all the men except Tyler run off. And Chef is like, you too, Tyler. Go on, get the fuck out of here.
It's fucking Dingleberry.
Julian walks away to leave the ladies in Catherine's care, and she suggests they head back inside because it's getting chilly. And I like when Felicity walks in, she throws George's coat down onto the ground that he told her to hold when he ran off.
Mm-hmm.
And when the door closes on the girls, the sommelier raises the timer up to the guys outside, And when it goes off, all the male employees haul ass, chasing after all the male guests like they've been training for the fucking Olympics.
They take off running with their arms behind them.
Yeah, fucking Naruto. Sorry, Naruto. I got in trouble for saying Naruto before. I'm sorry, I'm not an anime guy. Yeah, dude, there's another info card telling us we've arrived at the 6th course as they run. Course 6 is Man's Folly, Dungeness Crab, Fermented Yogurt Whey, Dried Sea Lettuce, and Umeboshi and Kelp. So we get another nice shot of that, and then we join the ladies at the table to enjoy it. And Catherine is now sitting at the table with the female guests. There's a switch.
Hell yeah.
Lillian has what she thinks is a stroke of genius and starts gushing about how delicious this dish is, trying to get on Catherine's good side now.
Right.
And Catherine listens to her assessment and finally chimes in, yeah, well, there was a time that would have meant a lot to me, Miss Bloom. And she starts to cry, and the rest of the ladies exchange puzzled looks. And Felicity picks up on the plan and goes, oh, yeah, totally, it's the emoji for me. And Lillian corrects her, umeboshi.
It's the umeboshi.
They all try to inflate Catherine's ego here, though. And we cut back outside for a minute, and two of the tech bros are like, kind of accidentally running next to each other, but Soren's pissed. He's like, hey, get the fuck away from me. It's a big fucking forest.
Yeah, don't run next to me, bro. Fuck off.
Meanwhile, the male employees are gaining ground like a motherfucker. And George is really losing steam, but Soren eventually finds a boat and starts pushing it to the shore.
Right.
I don't know if this little thing is going to take you where you want to go, dude.
No.
But back inside, Mrs. Leibrandt confronts Margot,
oh boy,
quote, Margot, about knowing her husband. And it cuts to Richard, and he's screaming and lumbering along with two employees hot on his heels. I mean, the dude must be in his 60s. But Margot says, well, yeah, we've met. And Anne's just like, right.
Yeah, we met, all right.
Anne fucking slams her glass of wine. She's had it. But Felicity asks Catherine if they're all really dying tonight. And she's like, oh, yeah, obviously. The menu doesn't work if we don't all die. It needs an ending that ties everything together conceptually. Otherwise, it just tastes good and who cares? But Lillian tries to change the subject, saying, you know, Catherine, you really should have your own place. I can help with that. And we just have to fucking talk about the dying thing, and then we can clear it right up.
Right.
And that's when we get the info that this was Catherine's idea, the dying part.
Yeah, oh, yeah. She said, yeah, I pitched this. I'm actually kind of proud of it, you know?
And then Lillian just tosses down what she's holding into her bowl, like, God damn it, I quit.
Like, yep, well, time to start drinking, you know?
Yeah, who wants some fucking wine? Meanwhile, we see Tyler outside the window peeking in at what the girls are eating. Fucking
dude, yeah, he's just jealous. It's fucking crazy.
Richard, who's been caught, they're hauling him in. George gets a cramp outside, and there's a fucking hilarious shot of him being Goldberg speared to the ground. And two employees haul Soren back in from the water while his boat drifts off into the sea. The last guest to be caught is Ted, surprisingly. He had the bright idea to hide in the chicken coop, but it doesn't matter because one of the cooks opens the door and reaches in with a special treat for the last guest to be caught.
Dude, it looked like it was like a fucking little window. So like he was all tucked in the corner and shit, and this tiny little fucking thing opens by his head, and the fucking hand comes in, and then they're holding the food.
Yeah, dude. Apparently, the treat for the last guest to be caught is a Passard egg with creme fraiche and maple, but one of the funniest shots in this movie is the little wiggle that the cook gives the egg when Ted doesn't take it at first. He's like, here you go, buddy, eat up.
Yeah, he like takes it and his hand comes back out.
But he's like, fuck it, whatever, I might as well enjoy this. And the cook closes the door on the chicken coop to allow Ted to enjoy it in peace. And back inside, Margot's smoking at the table now. Fuck it.
Right.
She's like, not that any of you guys give a single fuck, but my name is indeed not Margot. It is Aaron, and I'm from Brockton, Massachusetts. So there's that. Catherine hears the men all coming back and says, party's over.
Oh, see, and I didn't expect, when this all took off, you know, like, oh, they're just going to bring them all back. Yeah. I thought they were just going to kill them all. You know,
right? Yeah. Well, I mean,
that's what I assumed at first, anyways.
I feel like it happened the right way. I respect this move. We'll give you a chance to escape, but if you don't, you're fucking right back here into the kitchen. You're gonna fucking die like the rest of us. But they all come in like battered and beaten and wet. And Tyler runs back in asking about the 6th course. He's like, "What'd you get?" Aaron walks up and hands Anne her bag as Richard walks in to see them interacting, and he's like, "Oh fuck, I've had it."
Right.
Felicity asks George how he did out there, and he's like, "Oh great, I'm the only one that got away."
Yeah. How the fuck do you think it went?
He's like, I'm sorry, I'm a fucking failure. She's like, nah, man, it's all right. I've been stealing money from you. But he's like, yeah, I already knew that.
She says, I know.
Yeah, well, he says he wrote a negative recommendation to Sony about her, and she's like, I know, you CC'd me on it.
Right, yeah.
Chef walks in limping from the leg wound, and he goes, I'm afraid we cannot continue with the menu as planned until we deal with an unresolved matter. You. And he looks at Tyler, who has a mouthful of the 6th course, and he's like, me? He's like, yeah, you. Tell me why you're here. And he starts to talk with a mouthful, and Chef tells him, swallow first, idiot. And Tyler says he just wanted to experience Chef's food, and he's like, yeah, okay, but what were you told ahead of time? Turns out that he knew everybody was going to die.
Right.
What the fuck? And you still came?
You still brought Margot?
I don't give a shit how good the food is. Why are you coming knowing, like, being given the information that you're going to die? Did you think he was fucking kidding?
Yeah, I don't know. That's fucking nuts.
Even if he was kidding, I still probably wouldn't have come just in case.
Right.
The chef says, yeah, and at that time you had a date who is not the young woman here tonight. What happened to her? And he goes, well, she broke up with me because fucking, of course she did. This guy's fucking insufferable.
Right.
Chef's like, okay, cool. But then you found Margot to bring. He didn't hear the Aaron conversation, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But he asks why he hired her knowing she was going to die. And he goes, well, because you don't seat single diners, chef. Ah, yeah, fuck this hooker. I need to experience this food.
Right. God damn.
What a piece of shit.
Yeah, she jumps across the fucking table.
Flies across this fucking table, dude. Gets a real good punch in.
Oh, yeah.
One of the employees kind of wrangles her back into her seat, and she's like, I'm going to fucking kill you. But Chef says he corresponded with Tyler for 8 months and swore him to secrecy. He asks why he thinks he did that. And Tyler's like, dude, you told me I knew a lot about food. He told me he loved me and he liked the way I danced. The chef says, right, you're not like the others, are you? You know what a Paco jet is, and you were able to identify the bergamot? That really impressed me. He's like really laying it on thick here.
Right.
He's like, you're a cook, and cooks belong in the kitchen. He yells, right? And the staff goes, yes, chef. And he's like, come with me, Tyler. I have something for you. And Elsa gives him a chef's jacket, puts it on him, and he's like, oh my, you look wonderful. Doesn't he look wonderful, Margot? Doesn't he look wonderful, everybody? Yes, chef.
I got a bad feeling about this.
This is the only time Mama speaks up from her corner. She's like, oh, Mr. Handsome Boy. Chef grabs a Sharpie and says he's going to personalize the jacket, and he fucking writes Tyler's name on it, right where someone's name tag would be, and it just looks like a fucking kindergartner wrote it.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Tyler. It's all fucking crooked.
Looks real shitty.
He goes, I'm proud of you, Tyler. Now, cook. And he's like, fucking what? Like, he could getting called out here. Like, put your money where your mouth is. Let's go.
Right.
And Elsa tells everybody, please rise to observe the demonstration. And Chef's like, yes, please come witness Tyler's culinary expertise. Oh, fuck, this is going to be good.
Right.
All the guests and staff crowd around while Chef asks Tyler what he needs. And here's the brilliant dish that Tyler concocts on the spot. He says he needs leeks and shh. And Chef interrupts him. He's like, shit, would you like some shit?
Today, Junior.
He says, no, I want some shallots, please. Ah, yes, leeks and shallots for the great foodie, the phenomenal Mr. Food himself. And Tyler begins cutting these veggies up, and he clearly has no idea what he's doing, chopping them up with no discernible method. The chef's like, oh, look, a new dicing method to which we've been woefully ignorant. What else, Tyler? And he says he needs butter. Ah, leeks and shallots sautéed in butter. I bear witness to a revolution in cuisine.
Damn.
Just shitting on him so hard. This is fucking humiliating.
Oh, yeah.
And the guests all know it. They just look on feeling mortified for Tyler. But at this point, like, why wouldn't you just stop and be like, I get it, chef. I'm a piece of shit. Can you please just put me out of my misery?
Right.
But Chef's like, would you like a protein? And Tyler's like, yeah, give me some lamb.
Ooh.
And he takes it all over to arrange and fumbles his way through completely fucking off. And the look on his face says everything. He's completely humiliated. Fucking good.
He's fucking sweating. He just gets everything into a hot pan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he just fucking fries everything.
But you know damn well, like, it ain't long.
Sautés.
You know, obviously you don't want to overcook something, but he immediately is just like, all right.
Dude, this burner is on for like a minute.
Yeah, he's like, all right. It's good. They've done now, chef. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God.
Interestingly, the score here is maybe the most dramatic and beautiful in the entire film as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, he finally gives up after clearly not enough time. And he's like, oh yeah, I think it's done, chef. He's like, are you sure? Maybe you want to jam it into the Paco jet.
Right.
And we cut to Julian tasting the dish. He takes a bite and says, wow, that's actually quite bad. And this is maybe the funniest moment of the movie. We get another bell ringing and another nice shot of the dish that Tyler has created.
Right.
And it looks like complete trash. Just a pile of lamb and leek and shallot.
This is Tyler's bullshit.
Some of it's spilling off the plate. It looks like a fucking child did it. And the infographic pops up just like every other course. And it just says Tyler's bullshit.
Right.
Oh, it's so good. Undercooked lamb, inedible shallot, leek butter sauce, utter lack of cohesion. God damn. He's getting roasted like his lamb didn't.
Right.
But Tyler stands there embarrassed as Chef gives him his assessment. He says, "You are why the mystery has been drained from our art. You see that now, don't you?" And he says, "Yeah, sorry, Chef." Julian brings him in for a hug and whispers something in his ear. Tyler's eyes are completely filled with tears as he backs off and takes the chef's jacket off. And he turns to walk away, also starting to take off his tie, and I'm like, oh, fuck, yep, here we go, it's all over.
Right.
Tyler walks out of the room, and everybody goes back to what they were doing. Chef looks at Erin and tells her, "Now you're free too." And he apologizes to the guests. He goes, "What you just saw was not originally a part of the menu. We strive for perfection, which of course doesn't exist. That's a hard truth to accept, so please forgive me." And he asks Margot, quote, Margot, to join him in the back, and he tells her that there's one more course for the evening, dessert. But in order to prepare it, there's supposed to be a barrel here in the corner. But do you see one? No, my absent-minded colleague Elsa forgot to assign someone to bring it.
Oh, shit.
And Elsa just kind of sheepishly looks down.
Right.
But now it's up to Margot to bring it, and he asks her, "Do you remember where the smokehouse is?" And she's like, "Fuck, I don't know, maybe." But Elsa chimes in saying, "Hey man, maybe one of us should grab it." And he tells her, "Margot is one of us now. Isn't that right, Margot?" Yes.
Yeah. How strange. Yes, Chef.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. Isn't that right, Margot? She says yes. He goes, "Yes, what?"
Yeah, Daddy?
He made her say, oh, God. Jesus. He tells Elsa to give Margot the smokehouse key, and she turns to leave, but is stopped almost immediately when she sees Tyler hanging by his tie in Chef's office.
He's hanging by his neck in his fucking closet.
Holy shit. Karma, dude. That's all I got to say.
Right. I said, good riddance. Oh, is that rough? Not really.
Too soon?
He's a dick.
Erin walks through the night, apparently to the smokehouse, and we cut back into the dining room where everyone just sits at their tables totally defeated. Everyone's completely silent. And Chef is about to clap to announce the next course, but George stands and interrupts him. He's like, "Hey, Chef, what's up?" And he looks like, "Hey, man, I don't think this is fair." Chef asks him if he wants to know why he's being punished, and he's like, fucking sure. And it all comes down to this. He saw the film Calling Dr. Sunshine and did not enjoy it.
Yeah, it was his first day off in months.
Yeah, the one day that he was allowed to live. And he spent it seeing the film Calling Dr. Sunshine alone in the cinema. And that's the piece of shit. Fuck it, that's what he spent his time on? Like, oh man, what a fucking bummer. George is like, "Look, man, I was in it. I didn't direct it." And he's like, "Yeah, but seeing your face now calls back the memory and it haunts me." He goes, "What happens to an artist when he loses his purpose? It's pitiful." And George is like, "Fuck, you're right. Goddamn." But he's like, "All right, what about Felicity, though? She didn't do anything." And Chef asks, "What school did you go to?" She says, "Brown." And he goes, "Student loans?" "No. I'm sorry, you're dying." Outside, Erin finally finds the smokehouse and the barrel in question. And instead of grabbing the barrel, though, she picks up a knife instead and walks to Chef's gorgeous fucking cottage.
Yeah, oh shit.
And importantly, when she arrives on the porch, we see Elsa already inside. Dun, dun, dun.
So she just knew that she was going to go there, or fucking what?
I guess. But Margot goes into the cottage and turns on the light to see a ridiculously clean space with a kitchen just like the one at the restaurant, and another one of those fancy silver doors.
Right. Like, what the fuck?
And she tries to get into it, and Elsa speaks from the darkness. "No one is allowed in Chef's cottage. You've broken this rule. I take care of the customers so that Chef can take care of the menu." And she grabs a knife and says Erin's been a nuisance since she arrived. And Erin's like, "Why would you die for Chef?" And she answers back, "You will not replace me." And Erin's like, "Whoa, that's the furthest thing from my mind." But Elsa just fucking slashes at her with the knife.
Oh, yeah.
So here we fucking go. Kitchen fire. But Erin throws a pan at her and rolls across the table. We get a great little back and forth cat fight here until Erin picks up the Paco jet and wallops Elsa in the fucking dome with it, knocking her down.
Damn.
They struggle with the knife for a minute until Elsa says, "He didn't tell me about the barrel. I didn't forget. I'm Chef's best special girl."
That's fucking weird.
And finally, Aaron gets the upper hand and stabs Elsa in the neck. Immediately backs up and freaks the fuck out, having done her first murder.
Yeah, for sure.
And this knife plunges right into the center of Elsa's throat, and she just bleeds out. Aaron picks up her set of keys and walks right back over to that fancy door. Inside, she sees a bunch of framed pictures hanging up. There's one of Julian when he's younger, his family, his wife and child. There's one of he and Doug Varick standing in front of the restaurant for its opening. And another frame contains a newspaper article, Lillian Bloom's review of his old restaurant, Tantalus.
Fuck.
Where she calls him a chef on the bleeding edge, and it's a glowing review for the young Julian, putting him on the map, so to speak. But then she sees something that sparks some more interest for her, another picture on a table of him in 1987 at a restaurant called Hamburger Howie's, where he's won Employee of the Month.
Oh, shit, man.
And the picture of Julian shows him holding a spatula with a burger on it, and he's absolutely beaming. Clearly the happiest he's ever been.
Fucking cheeseburger, Randy.
Shove him down in that cheeseburger locker. But all right, filing that away for later. I love the old school TV behind her, but speaking of electronics, she spots a fucking shortwave radio on the wall.
Yeah, thank God, right?
Freaks out, rushes over, turns it on, and then we cut back to the dining room where Julian is walking out holding a big birthday cake and everybody's singing happy birthday to Bryce.
Right. He's like, you told him it was my birthday?
Yeah, Soren's like, yeah, it seemed funny about 3 hours ago.
Right.
And he just says thank you and blows out the candles. Oh my God, so funny. That's when Erin comes crashing back in with the barrel. She kicks it in and stands there breathless, covered in blood. She's clearly had an experience. And Chef tells her to take her seat, and he goes, "I wanted you to understand something, Margot. I am a monster. No, I was a monster. And a whore."
Oops.
Well, maybe that's why he keeps inviting her to places.
Right.
He goes, "But tonight everything I'm doing is pure, egoless, and at last the pain is almost gone." And he's sitting at the table in front of a couple of lit candles, and he reaches his hand and holds them over the flames, and he goes, "Chef's hands, asbestos hands. I can carry a cast iron from a hot oven to your table with no protection." And he snuffs out one of the candles with his finger, and he goes, "I can no longer be hurt, Margot. As Dr. King said, we know through painful experience that freedom is never voluntarily given by the oppressor. It must be demanded by the oppressed." And George is like, "This motherfucker just quote Martin Luther King?"
Yeah, what the fuck?
Just then, outside, a boat pulls up and honks. Everybody gets a spark of hope. And Julian's like, "I see you found our radio." And Aaron gives him a kind of defiant look.
Right, a little smirk.
Chef says to clear the dining room immediately. And the staff all rush out to clean the guests' wounds. They put Richard's arm in a sling. And one of them covers Aaron's bloody dress with a napkin. Before the person from the boat can enter, Chef advises everyone against pleading for help. He cannot help you. Ask yourselves two things. First of all, if you want to be responsible for the death of an innocent man. And ask yourselves, this entire evening, why didn't you all try harder to fight back and get out of here? Honestly, you probably could have.
Right.
Something to think about.
He's setting him the fuck up.
But that's when a member of the Coast Guard walks in and looks around saying that he's got a report of a disturbance. And Chef's like, "What? Here? No, we're all just trying to have a nice dinner, man."
Right.
And the guy asks Chef if he's the owner, and he's like, "Nah, executive chef, but the ownership did change hands recently." He's like, "I don't wish to be rude, but as you can see, we're right in the middle of service." And the Coast Guard guy asks the guests if anyone called in a disturbance, and Chef's like, "Oh, like we're in the habit of serving our guests shortwave radios with their meals." And everybody laughs. Well, the staff laughs at least. The guy looks around at the pleading eyes around him, and he ends up making eye contact with George, and he's like, "Wait a minute, are you?" And he's like, yes, I am." He's like, "Oh, cool, big fan."
Yeah, I love fucking Dr. Sunshine.
Yeah, he fucking... Chef asks if he wants George's autograph, and he's like, "I mean, I don't want to fucking impose or whatever."
Right.
And that's where George has the bright idea to write a message instead of an autograph.
Oh, yeah.
And this guy gushes while George writes. He's like, "Oh, you're great. My wife and I watch all your movies. What's the one where you play the surgeon?" And George looks smugly over at Chef like, "Oh, you mean Calling Dr. Sunshine?"
Right.
Yeah, people like the movie, you piece of shit.
Yeah. Look at that.
He's like, yeah, that one. Great stuff. And he takes the paper and apologizes for bothering everyone. He starts to walk away and looks down at the paper, and it just says, help us.
Right.
Before he reaches the door, he pulls a gun and whips around. He's like, hands on your head, everyone. And Chef's like, whoa, hey, clearly there's a misunderstanding. And everyone erupts with pleas, trying to explain the chef is fucking crazy. He cut a guy's finger off earlier. He made another guy shoot himself.
Right.
Some shit has gone down this evening.
Oh, yeah.
But he tells everyone to sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up. And Anne's losing her mind. She's like, it's him. He wants to kill us all. And finally, the guy quiets everyone down, and he looks at Julian, who he tells to get on his knees with his hands on his head.
Right.
And everyone's so fucking relieved right here. Like, finally, this guy's getting what's coming to him. Soren tells the guy the staff is all with him too, arrest everybody. And Ted looks over and gives the most unconvincing and inexperienced fuck you I've ever heard. Like, It sounds stupid coming out of his mouth. He's like, fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah, Ted sucks.
And can't even cuss right. Everybody's kind of cheering on this guy while he's, until he starts turning the gun toward Aaron. And then they're like,
seems strange.
Hey, wait a minute, don't do that. And then he keeps going, and he aims the gun at the candle that Chef snuffed out earlier. And he pulls the trigger, exposing a flame from the end of the barrel. It's just a fucking lighter.
Yeah, the gun.
He's not a member of the Coast Guard. This was all a ruse. Fucking Julian is like a John Kramer level planner.
Right.
Every angle covered.
Yeah, Jesus.
Fuck me, how demoralizing.
Yeah. Yeah, nice try.
This dude's name is Dale, apparently. He takes off the Coast Guard getup and rejoins the staff.
Fucking dick move.
But Chef says thank you and then addresses the crowd. And he goes, so in the kitchen we work together, or nothing works at all. We work as a team. You, Margot from Nebraska, betrayed our sacred bond of trust, and you've shown your craft to be careless. I was wrong. You're an eater. You're a taker like all the rest.
Oh, man, you've upset him.
Well, she starts to cry as he walks away, and he yells, final course, plating in 5. Yes, chef.
Fucking crazy, man.
Everyone looks completely defeated. Mama's still fucking swigging at her wine glass. But then Erin has a brilliant idea. She stands up, and she claps to get everyone's attention. Oh, shit, there's a twist.
Yeah, dude. I think she had an epiphany here.
Yeah, she definitely had an apostrophe.
Yeah.
She yells, I don't like your food, and I would like to send it back. And everybody...
fucking shit.
Yeah, man. Everybody freezes. You don't say that in this place. You fucking child.
Right.
But yeah, Chef walks back over and apologizes. He's like, what about my food is not to your liking? And she goes, for starters, you've taken the joy out of eating. Every dish you've served tonight has been some intellectual exercise rather than something you want to sit and enjoy. When I eat your food, it tastes like it was made with no love.
Ooh.
And Chef's like, that's ridiculous. We always cook with love. That's the most important ingredient. Everybody knows that. And they're like, of course we do, Chef.
Yeah. Of course we do, Chef.
But just then she says, well, then you're kidding yourself. Come on, Chef. I thought tonight was a night of hard truths. You cook with obsession, not love. Even your hot dishes are cold.
Damn.
Chef, your single purpose on this earth is to serve people food they might actually like, and you have failed. You've failed and you've bored me. And the worst part is, I'm still fucking hungry.
Oh, Jesus, man.
He's like, well, how hungry are you? She's like, I'm starved. He's like, what are you hungry for? What do you have? He's like, we have literally everything. She's like, you know what I'd really like? A big, fat, juicy cheeseburger.
Oh, yeah, dude.
And he smiles and says, we can do a cheeseburger. And she's like, no, a real cheeseburger, not some deconstructed Avant bullshit. A real cheeseburger. And he's like, I got you, boo. I'll make you a very good, very traditional cheeseburger. She's like, I don't think you can. Fucking prove it, bitch. And he goes, I'll make you feel as though you're eating the first cheeseburger you ever ate. The cheap one your parents could barely afford. And she's like, all right, bitch, show me.
Yeah. Oh, fucking fine. You didn't have to say it like that.
He's like, how do you like it? And she goes, medium, American cheese. He goes, American cheese is the best cheese for a cheeseburger because it melts without splitting. She asks how much it'll set her back, and he says, $9.95. Holy shit. That's so fucking cheap for this place.
Right. For this place specifically.
Yeah, yes. I don't want to pay $10 for a burger around here unless it's like, we do have some better restaurants.
Right.
Like, I'd probably pay $10 for that burger. But
oh, fuck yeah.
Generally speaking, that's like a little bit pricey for a burger. A burger's like one of the simplest things in the world. But yeah, $10 in this place where they're charging $12.50 a head.
Right.
Wow.
Fancy.
She's like, all right, does that come with fries? And he asks somebody named Nils in the kitchen if the fryer's still on. And he goes, yes, chef. He's like, crinkle cut or julienne?
No, Julienne.
Julienne. Then we cut to a beautiful little scene where Chef Slowik himself is lovingly preparing this wonderful looking cheeseburger.
Dude, yeah.
Actually starting to smile and enjoy what he's doing. And the score swells again in this beautiful little choral arrangement. Everybody kind of watches in admiration, and like staff and guests included. This honestly looks like a tremendous cheeseburger.
Dude, fuck yeah.
It's a double cheeseburger, actually.
Double.
And he brings it out on a plate with crinkle cut fries and sets it down in front of Erin. And she lifts it to her face with her bloody arms and starts to laugh about how damn good it is.
Right.
The chef is smiling. The score is putting in work. I honestly started tearing up a little bit at this.
Yeah.
As silly as that sounds. But the way the scene is set up and shot is honestly really profound and deep and cathartic. It's wild to say that about a scene where someone's literally just making a fucking cheeseburger. But
I love cheeseburgers, though.
It's honestly beautiful. And Erin is ecstatic. She's like, now that is a cheeseburger. And he's like, yeah, that's a fucking cheeseburger.
That is a delicious burger.
Now that is a tasty burger.
Yeah.
She smiles up at him and goes, unfortunately, my eyes were a little bigger than my stomach. Can I take it to go?
She knows what she's doing.
Yeah, and he looks at her with understanding in his eyes, too. She's saying, hey, man, I wasn't supposed to be here, and I just helped you feel the love and joy of cooking that you said you've completely lost.
Right.
I deserve to be let go now. So he looks at her and says, one moment, please. There's another gorgeous shot of this supplemental course. A cheeseburger. Just a well-made cheeseburger is the infographic.
I want a fucking cheeseburger right now.
Chef walks back with a box for her to put it in, as well as a gift bag. He goes, thank you for dining at Hawthorne. And she says, thank you for everything. And she sets a $10 bill on the table, grabs her bag, and walks out, giving one last look at everyone in the room. And Anne looks at her like, go girl, be free, and fucking like makes a little gesture like, shoo, go on and get.
Yeah.
But Chef smiles at her one last time, and an employee opens the door for her. She grabs her jacket on the way out, and Chef says, before our final course, there is the matter of the bill. We're on a no-tip system, so gratuity is included. And please enjoy your gift bags. There are some goodies in there. A booklet of our local suppliers, some house-made granola, one of Doug Varick's fingers, and a copy of tonight's menu. Everybody starts pulling out credit cards, including Lillian, but Ted stops her. So fucking funny that everybody's putting credit cards on tables considering what's about to happen. Like, who fucking cares at this point?
Yeah, gotta get your payment.
But George tosses a card over at Felicity and says, I told you you weren't leaving. We cut to Erin hauling ass down the dock back outside. And back inside, the staff stands at attention, and Chef addresses the guests one last time. And he goes, so once again, thank you for dining with us tonight. You represent the ruin of my art and my life. And now you get to be a part of it. A part of what I hope is my masterpiece. And the staff starts sprinkling crushed up graham crackers all over the floor, spreading sauces all over tables and everything.
Right.
They bring out these crazy fucking marshmallow stoles to put on everyone. And they put chocolate fezzes on everyone's heads. What the fuck is about to happen, man? This is crazy. And then the sommelier is gleefully pouring wine all over the floor, or cooking sherry or something flammable.
Yeah.
But I think this is actually a recreation of a real-life course served by a famous chef highlighted in Chef's Table. If I'm not mistaken, like this deconstructed s'more thing spread all over the room. Like I said at the beginning, you'll have to refer to James Gressel about the details here. I can't recall, but man, there's an aerial view of the room, and holy shit, it's beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
They've turned the entire room into one big fancily plated dish.
Right.
And now, our final course is a playful twist on a comfort food classic, the s'more, because he's killing them. Smalls. The staff sets these fucking huge marshmallows on big sticks in the middle of the room as if roasting them over a fire.
Right.
And Chef calls the s'more the most offensive assault on the human palate ever contrived. Unethically sourced chocolate with gelatinized sugar water imprisoned by industrial-grade graham cracker. It's everything wrong with us, and yet we associate it with innocence, childhood, mom and dad. But what transforms this fucking monstrosity is fire. And George is like, oh, God.
Right. Knew right away.
We check in with Aaron real quick, getting on Dale's boat while Chef continues his monologue. He goes, "The purifying flame, it nourishes us, warms us, reinvents us, forges and destroys us. We must embrace the flame." Aaron struggles to get the boat going outside, but finally gets the job done. Chef reaches into an oven and pulls out like a chunk of flaming coal. And he goes, "We must be cleansed, made clean." And there's a quick shot of Mom passed out at the table.
Right.
He goes, "Like martyrs or heretics, we can be subsumed." Felicity's praying like a motherfucker right here. And he goes, "And made anew." And Anne actually looks at Chef and says, "Thank you." She's like, "Fucking finally, I'm getting out of this miserable life."
Right.
And we see Aaron drive the boat away from the island. While inside, Chef stands in the middle of the dining room and says, "I love you all." "We love you too, Chef." Everybody says it this time, not just the staff.
Mm-hmm.
And Julian drops the flaming coal in his hand onto the floor, and it just erupts all of the graham cracker dust in this huge conflagration he's just standing in the middle of, and he's just consumed by fire. And we get some amazing shots here, like of the marshmallow on Joel's stole starting to toast.
Right.
And then there's the chocolate of Lillian's fez
Fucking
starting to melt down her
yeah.
face.
Ah,
Really
ow.
striking images here.
Right.
The staff turn all the burners on in the kitchen, not so they light, but just so the gas is pumping out of them. And back outside, I'm not sure if Erin cuts the engine off or if it dies, but she walks out to the boat, or the bow of the boat. She turns her head to see the explosion of the restaurant, and another great shot where we see the flames reflected in her eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And as we watch, the fucking restaurant burns, and our last info card pops up telling us what the last course was, which is the s'more, which consists of marshmallow, chocolate, graham cracker, customers, staff, restaurant.
Yeah, right.
And Erin pulls her cheeseburger back out and watches the fire as she starts to finish it. And then she pulls out the menu and wipes her face with it like a fucking napkin.
Right.
Takes one final bite, and we cut to black. Roll credits.
Yeah. God damn.
Holy shit, dude. What a fucking journey.
Right.
What'd you think?
It was fucking good. Better the second time through, which I'm starting to realize that's kind of my MO.
Right.
Yeah, dude, it was great. Very, very fast paced.
Mm-hmm.
There was so much happening the whole time.
Oh my God. It was hell trying to take notes on this thing.
Right. I liked all of it. I don't think there was anything bad about it.
I wouldn't change a thing about it.
Right. This was fantastic. Kind of looking back at a couple of the other movies that was directed by this guy, none of it was even close to this. There's an Ali G movie, you know?
God.
So it like unexpected from this guy. And then you see the big names too, and sometimes the horror doesn't hit when it's big, too big a budget or
Right.
something, you know? And
Well, a lot of people don't consider this horror because there's too many A-listers in it.
right, and that's kind of what I was getting
What does
at
that fucking
too.
matter?
Right.
What does it fucking matter? I don't
this is-
understand where you're going with that.
I feel
What
like
do
this
you
is
mean?
definitely a horror movie. But yeah, that's exactly what I was getting at. This was fantastic, though. I feel like everybody needs to watch this. What did you say the Rotten Tomatoes was for this?
88%.
Yeah. God damn.
Yeah.
That right there tells you. What did you think, though?
I kind of want to watch this movie again right now, even though I've seen it a few times at this point. I finished my notes on it this morning, and I just want to watch it again now that I can watch it without having to write shit down.
Right.
And I just want to fucking enjoy it and consume it, fucking,
Embalm yourself in it?
embalm myself. In it. Yeah, I want to live in this movie. The critical reception on this, while its social commentary relies on basic ingredients, the menu serves up black comedy with plenty of flavor, is one of the quotes on this. It premiered at the Toronto International Film Festival on September 10th, 2022. It made its U.S. premiere at Fantastic Fest that same month and released wide in the U.S. on November 18th, 2022, just in time for Thanksgiving. This movie screened in 3,211 theaters, the widest release in Searchlight's history.
Oh, wow.
And as far as I can tell, I haven't really seen any negative comments about it. Everyone seems to love it, and I can't blame them a bit. Budget on this one was $30 million. Box office, they raked in about $80 million, slightly less. And thank God, I haven't heard anybody talking about a sequel or anything. Obviously, we do not need one at all. Perfect ending to a pretty damn good story.
Yeah.
But I
agree.
mean, oh man, just takeaways and highlights in this. I think this movie was brilliant. It was brilliantly conceived. The writing was so phenomenal. There are so many layers to everything going on, so much symbolism written in both in the script and the stage direction and the fucking, the set decoration, the way things are framed, like everything is done with intention. And it really does look, especially in those moments where we're getting like images of, the courses themselves, where they just like, we cut from the action of the movie to basically, boom, here's the course that we're eating today. And it highlights everything, tells you what the course consists of. And it's just this tremendously beautiful shot of this food.
Oh, yeah.
And like, it absolutely looks every bit like one of those, those fancy food shows that we were talking about. It's super impressive. Like, obviously they had a second unit director that actually worked on Chef's Table. That was his project. So yeah, of course it does. But at the same time, watching a film, with a narrative, you don't expect something like that to happen. And then it does. And you're like, well, fuck me. Wow, this is amazing.
Yeah, everything's super thought out, like we were saying earlier. That's why it all kind of, like you said, two different people, two different things. You got somebody that's making a movie and you got somebody that's making a cooking show.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and those things, the way that those two, the cohesion there is incredible. I think the casting was amazing. Ralph Fiennes, Anya Taylor-Joy, Nicholas Hoult.
Yeah.
Everybody, Nicholas Hoult made you fucking hate him. That's exactly what the purpose of that character was. Julian was, sort of an anti-hero almost, trying to explain, like, this is where you guys went wrong and I'm teaching you a lesson.
Right.
And by the end, everybody fucking agrees with him. That's like wild, like Stockholm Syndrome shit. Like we said, the fucking cinematography was incredible. The score was heartbreakingly beautiful at times. Yeah. And it's amazing how much emotion this movie evokes on something that people might consider trivial subject matter, like, oh, well, we're just talking about food, whatever. But I kind of agree with Tyler when he says this is something that matters a bit more. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is something that, it's not just sustenance. It's not just fuel to get you through. Like, food means things to people. That's why we have holidays like Thanksgiving, which is when we're releasing this episode. That's why we're releasing this episode then. Food is more than just, something to get you through the day. Food brings people together.
Oh, yeah.
It's something that has deeper meaning to people. There's tradition in food. There's culture in food, all this. I think this movie all came together really fucking impressively. I would give this 9.7 out of 10 chocolate fezzes.
Yeah. Hot chocolate hats.
And I would highly fucking recommend everybody go see this movie. If you're a horror fan and you can appreciate that this is horror, don't be all stuck up about it and hung up on certain elements.
Right.
Convincing yourself that it's not horror, because yes, the fuck it is. Even people that aren't horror fans will probably enjoy this movie because on the surface, there's not a whole lot of horrific elements to it. Like, yes, people die. Yes, there's some fucked up stuff happening. But at the same time, the whole thing is pretty bright and cheery almost. And it relaxes you.
It'd be an easier watch for somebody you're not getting hit with a lot of gore.
It would be we've been talking about doing a gateway horror episode. And I think this would probably be a good, like, not for a kid, obviously, maybe.
Right.
But for someone that wants to maybe transition into it and maybe wants to take it a little light at first, toss on the menu, dude, and you'll have a great time with it. It's fucking funny as shit from start to finish.
Yeah, agreed.
Make that shit happen, man. Go get this movie. Buy this movie twice like I did. But that's going to wrap it up for us. Thank you so much for hanging out, everyone. We had a good time. We hope you did too. We wish you all a very happy Thanksgiving, and we're going to catch you on the flip side, y'all. As always, dreams are fleeting. Only nightmares last forever. Follow your nightmares.
Boy.
Kill her, Mommy. Kill her.
I bid you welcome.
Thanks for listening to the Cinebytes podcast. If you like what you heard, follow us on our socials at Cinebytes Pod on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and X.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, rate, and review. It really goes a long way in helping us reach more listeners.
You can stream the Cinebytes on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and many more popular streaming platforms and YouTube.
Questions or comments? Suggestions for future episodes? Contact us at cinebytespod@gmail.com. If you'd like to support the show and help us make it a better product for you, subscribe at cinebytespod.buzzsprout.com.
Until next time, keep following those nightmares.
We love you too, Chef. Big sexy Julian.
With his big, sexy asbestos hands.